again. Welcome everybody to Andrea's first tournament game. I was on studio mode. I was waiting for, you know, Andrea to get the camera working. Look at cute little Andrea in Vegas with her little, oh, low volume. Don't worry, fam. I got you. Okay, is it better now? Are we good? Let's go, Andrea. I know. I'm very excited. Andrea hasn't played a tournament. It's still a little bit low. Okay, is it better now? Oh, wait, it was already on max. What am I doing? Okay, what about now? You want me yelling in your ear? Be careful what you wish for. I haven't commentated on chess in a while, so today is going to be really exciting. Thank you. Thank you, guys. 1 second. Let me have my, let me make sure that checking in, oh, where'd Andrea go? Did we lose her? We lost Andrea. Well, she lasted longer than I thought she would, honestly, with her technical talent. Sanguine Phoenix, thank you so much. And BHI, no, but we have somebody helping. I haven't analyzed or commentated on games in a while, so today is going to be pretty fun. By the way, you guys, I don't know if you've ever played Guess the Move on chess.com, but it's pretty fun. If you guys want to guess the move today, if you guys are in the top 3, you will win a diamond membership to chess.com. That's all I can give you. And it's honestly a fun exercise to try to play good moves. Thank you, Serious Pickle. But is there a link? I'm working on it because I couldn't get the game ahead of time because it wasn't here yet. So let me just get the game, and then we'll catch up to where they currently are. Okay, round 1. I don't see them here. All rounds. Today is June 9th. Let me see. Let me try to get the link. 1 second, chat. Andrea's playing a Sicilian, you could already see. You hope she doesn't get Rosali mode, she'll get it. Alright, let's see. Her game should be live now. It's weird though, because I searched Botez and nothing comes up on all rounds, so it's kinda looking like maybe it's just lagging behind. Aha, yeah, we got her. Okay, we got her. Whoa, buddy. This is I don't really like this point of view. It's too big. Can we not edit this? Is it just stuck? Oh boy, I can't see a screen this big. All right, we're just gonna have to do it manually. Oh god, chess.com just auto adjusts it for you. There must be another way to see this. Please tell me chess.com doesn't force you to watch it on max screen. No. Edit above? Edit. No, that's not where you edit. That just takes you somewhere else. Oh boy. Settings. Can you... Yeah, no. I think chess.com forces you to watch it at this size. That's... It'll be okay for you guys, but it's gonna be hard for me. I'm gonna try to figure it out. In the meantime, I'm gonna pull up Andrea's game here. There must be another view though, because I'm gonna go nuts. Okay. Like, it's so big, I can't even fit the browser in. I can't even flip board. No, I can flip boards. I just... Alright, we're gonna figure this out. 1 second. Okay. This is... No, this is fine for you guys. I can't watch it on my screen because it's too big. Okay. By the way, mods, if we can get a prediction... If we could get a prediction... Is it possible to zoom in and see the timers? Yeah, I can get them. I'm just trying to figure out how to make this to make this game a little smaller. Also, they have an hour and a half, so it's okay. Log out from the chess.com account. Does that work? Can you even play Guess the Move on this? I guess they just changed everything. Doing one prediction for the whole game is kind of whack. Oh, okay. In the past, were you guys just making predictions on things? Okay, let's figure out if there's another way to see this game that's actually usable, or if it's just not fixable. Settings. Nope. On critical moves. Okay, if you log out, it becomes normal size. Okay. That's so weird. Let's try watching on a private window and see if that fixes it. Okay. No, it's forced wherever you go. It's non-adjustable. Alex finally using private windows. Oh my god. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just manually make it smaller on my screen so that I don't get blinded. And then I guess, yeah, I guess you can watch stuff on chess.com, which is great, but none of it is adjustable. Cool. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna copy the timers from there so that we could see it a little bit more clearly. We're gonna... I guess we can leave the eval on, even though I don't like eval. And also, once I finish doing this, we're gonna catch up on all the moves. Do not worry. And it will only be bumpy for today. Okay. Okay. Alright. And I'm just gonna get the clocks. Here we go. See, we're gonna have clocks too. I guess I could do this in studio mode. You know what? I will do this in studio mode. What tournament is this? This is the Las Vegas Open. Andrea is playing in the under 2100 section. I'm just fixing... I can't adjust it if it's not in... Okay, 1 second. I'm just fixing the screen and then we're gonna catch up and see how they're doing. Thank you, Laposaurus. Appreciate it. Alright. Okay. Alright. Well, I've almost fixed this. We are getting the times in. We are getting everything in. Okay. Okay. And they are thinking. They are thinking. It's cool that Andrea got paired with a girl in the first round. I wonder how many girls are playing in the tournament overall. Alright. We got one timer. We're about to get the next timer too. Okay. And I'm just gonna add one more thing, and then we're gonna have a nice setup that does the job. And sometimes that's enough. Okay. All right. Thank you, Coffee Man, for gifting to Mike. Appreciate it. All right, I'm almost there, chat. All right. Thank you, Jelly. Okay. Okay. All right, chat. Are you ready? Are you ready to see the beautiful transformation? And then you guys are gonna have my full attention. She's winning already. Good outing for the new opening. Okay, I mean, winning seems a little bit aggressive, but boom! Look at this. We have everything. I guess the clock could be a little bit lower here, and the board can be a little bit over. Hammer says Andrea is already winning. Hammer's just excited because he likes her opening. Don't listen to him. He's just a grandmaster. Jelly Clee Kit, thank you so much for the prime. I appreciate it. It's awfully early to call it winning. Yeah, Hammer's just getting excited because he likes her opening. So you don't have to take that, you know, too seriously here. But since Hammer is in the chat, it seems like she's played the opening very well. She plays the Sicilian, and in the past she used to play a different variation called the Dragon, with something like G6 and putting her bishop on G7. And now she's instead playing the Taimanov variation. If Hammer is excited, you're excited? Well, that's great. Yeah, no, that makes sense, Gerber. That makes sense. Hammer is going to be commentating on the days when he is available. So he's not available today. He is available... When is it? He's going to be doing commentary on Saturday morning and Sunday morning. Yeah, I'm going to get some background music too. Okay. Alright, let's have some happy background music. Okay, here we go. I know who we want. Okay, here we go. Is this gonna put you guys to sleep? Am I putting you to sleep, chat? Or do you feel relaxed? You should be feeling relaxed. You should be feeling relaxed and ready to play some chess. You're nodding off? Okay, here, we'll do it a little... Here you go. This is a little faster pace, but it's still good vibes. So I think we can go with this. Okay? I think the music just went away. There we go, it's back. You can't hear anything? You can hear it now. Yeah? Okay, good. Good. Okay. There we go. Alright, perfect. So, Andrea is playing Julia Wiley, and her FIDE is 1373, but that's not a real rating. So I'm gonna just quickly check what her USCF is. And anyway, they're both playing in the under 2100 section. They're on board 10, which would mean either Andrea is ranked 10th in her section or Julia is. So we're gonna figure out. Okay, apparently this is a mistake for Andrea, according to the computer. The computer really likes the move e5. In its defense, it's only at depth 18, so I'm gonna see if I could... Oh no, it's unlimited. Okay. Yeah, I mean, a5 makes sense. She wants to play a move like bishop a6. Her bishop is pinning the knight on c3. Honestly, intuitively, to me, it looks like a good move. If I wasn't looking at the computer, I would like this move a lot. It was supporting her bishop. We could take a look and see what the computer is scared of with e5. So if e5, Andrea would go knight d5, which is very intuitive. You're putting pressure on the knight that is pinned and can't move away. So the computer says queen g3, which seems like a hard move to find. Castling it also likes. And then I guess the issue is that you have to defend the g7 square. You can take... Oh, okay. Well, I don't... Oh, and you can't No. The issue is that she's putting pressure on g7. And if you castle, then bishop h6, and you're coming for checkmate. So here, black has to play a move like g6, which would weaken her castle, or she can take the knight and bring her bishop back, but then she's not developed. Anyway, that being said, that seems very hard for her opponent to play. So let me reset it. Oh, did she play it? Hang on, let me refresh the page. Okay. No, she didn't play it. Okay, so e5 with queen g3 is a strong plan, but Chad, I don't think her opponent is gonna see it. We could do a prediction. Do you think Andrea's opponent is gonna play e5, Gerber? If we can put that as a prediction, that sounds like a good time. Okay, Andrea is playing. Okay, Julia is 1700 USCF and Andrea is 1900. So Andrea is the favorite by 200 points in this game. Yeah, her opponent is 1700. I'll try to put it on too, on the screen. All right, chat. So we're predicting: is her opponent going to see e5? Her opponent can't play knight g3 right away because then e4 is no longer protected and Andrea can take on e4. Although that actually gets pretty tricky because then she has to calculate lines like queen takes g7. And then I guess you could bring your queen out to f6 or something like that. So that is probably okay. Even if she finds that line still a long way to win the game, yep, absolutely. What time control is in place? They have an hour and a half with 30 seconds increment. Alright, chat. I'm going to put Andrea's rating on the screen and her opponent's. And what I'm going to be putting on is their USCF rating. Okay. I will put it so that everybody has it. Here we go. Okay. Alright, we got Julia Wiley up in here with 1744 FIDE. And we got Andrea down here with 1933. And yeah, after 40 moves, they get another 90 minutes, which is a really long time. And the fact that Americans make you play 2 games a day, well, Canadians too, is just mind-boggling to me. It's so much chess. Alright. My OCD needs this to be in the middle. Here we go. Alright, chat, we have the clock. We have the board. We got the camera. Does anybody want snacks, water? Can I get you anything over there in the back? Align the text, please. I aligned it. Thank you very much. Water. I have this big water jug because our water filter keeps breaking, so I've just been drinking water out of a jug. It feels very aggressive, but at least I know. I almost drank a gallon of water today. And before stream, I don't know why, but I was having terrible sugar cravings today. And I don't keep sugar in my house because, well, sometimes I lack self-control and I eat the entire box if it has sugar in it. And I went for a quick jog before, which somehow made me crave sugar even more. So I went to make cookies. And only to realize that we didn't have any butter except for salted butter. So I was like, okay, well, I probably shouldn't use that. And I also didn't have time to warm up the butter because it said it was supposed to sit, right? You bake? Well, I try to bake. So there was a version that instead of 1 egg, you put 2 eggs and then you put vegetable oil. I was like, okay, let's do that. So I put 2 eggs in, I mix it, and then I start looking for vegetable oil. There is no oil anywhere in this house. No oil. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to make cookies with salted butter and an extra egg in it. So I mixed them up. And I also and the oven was really hot and there was no oven mitts, but I was going to be late to commentary. There was no oven mitts anywhere and I wasn't going to make it. So you know what I used as oven mitts, chat? My socks. I took them off and used them as oven mitts, put the cookies in, and honestly, they were delicious. They were delicious. So for those of you who ask if I bake, well, I know. I mean, my socks are clean. I needed to not burn my hands, okay? I needed to not burn my hands. And they actually make great gloves. I thought it was pretty genius. And I do not like that nobody is appreciating what I came up with. The socks you wore, no, these were new socks. I think they were, no, they were probably new socks. They were probably new socks. Thank you, Chloe Gabriella. We all know the socks are stolen. I didn't steal these. Okay, thank you, Soccer. Oh, Andrea just left. We lost Andrea. Okay, so back to her position. Her opponent is still thinking. I mean, I don't know if I like the fact that she's thinking here, because I guess if you're white, let's say she castles, then Andrea seems much better off, but I don't think she can castle. I think if she castles, she gets bishop a6. Yes, we're talking as if it's a verb. This looks very uncomfortable, but I guess it doesn't actually lose. Because the queen has to move away. Let's say queen f3, because it feels a little bit better. You could take the knight, or you could take the bishop. I guess if you take the knight, white can take the bishop first, and then take back with the queen. And then there will be no isolated pawns. So you need to take the bishop first, but then the knight could just take back, and there's also no isolated pawns. So honestly, actually, castling is okay. Castling is a fine option. I imagine Hammer would say that you don't want to trade the bishop pair here, but I don't know what else you would do as white. So maybe you don't play bishop a6 after castling, because then you're trading off your bishops. That being said, this is a bad bishop. The squares are all on the light square, so we don't want that. She's been sitting quietly for too long. It's okay. This is how chess is. Also, chat, I talked about guess the move earlier, but I don't know if you can still do it on here. Yeah, no, you can't. I don't know how you do guess the move. I miss guess the move. Banana boy forever. Yeah, I did that. Andrea sitting quietly. Okay, so her opponent can castle. That is okay. E5 is the best move. Queen G3 right away is actually also kind of annoying, unless Andrea is in theory, which honestly I should check. So let's check if Andrea is in theory here. There was a way to do it on chess.com before that I knew how to do. I guess it's, let's see. Let's see if we could put in her game here. Yeah, we still have her game here. We have a little open here. Let me duplicate so we could look with the opening book. The opening book basically tells you how often, it will tell us if she's in theory or not. So we have the game here. I'm gonna flip it over. Let's see if she's still in theory. Okay, this is not the same game. Okay, 1 second. I didn't see it from the start. So you have e4, c5, knight f3, e6, d4, takes, knight f6. Okay. Takes, knight f6. Oh, her opponent castled. Okay, so her opponent didn't do the scariest move. Andrea didn't do her opponent did a much more normal move other than the queen g3 idea. Her opponent looks satisfied. She's taking a sip of coffee. Feels like, you know, you make a good move, you take a little bit of a reward. Andrea has her cute little butterfly clips. I feel like I'm watching her games when she was a young child. So I'm curious what Andrea's going to decide to do here. Bishop a6, like we said, looked very tempting, but ultimately is going to end up trading off. So I guess we could try to think about her longer term goals here. d5 feels like she needs to play at some point because she has to get the center. Queen c7 makes sense as well. Maybe you don't want to let the bishop get to f4. You also don't want to deal with bishop g5 pinning your knight. Even though if you play queen c7 and bishop g5, you still can't move your knight. But I don't think that her opponent would want to trade the knight because then you could just put the rook on the open file. What other ideas? I mean, she could castle right away. She's going to have to deal with the threat of e5 for a while. And if white plays e5, it's harder to push d5 because she could take on pasta. I'm curious if castle e5, I'm just trying to look at how big of a threat e5 is. Let's say she plays e5. If she puts her knight in the center, the computer really doesn't like this for some reason. The computer is very angry with this move. Okay, the computer's settling down a little bit. I guess he got angry, now he's okay. I mean, knight takes d5, c takes d5. If you get in a position like this with black, you're okay, because you could trade off your d-pawn for the pawn on e5. So, even though it looks like you have doubled pawns, it's actually not that bad. Okay, let's go back to see where she currently is at. She's still thinking. It's Andrea's turn. What's up, cutie? I hope you're doing well. Let me know when my commentary shift is. Absolutely. This is going to be a long game, so if you ever want to join, let me know. I've spelled Julia's name wrong. Did I? Let me fix it. Oh, I did. Thank you so much. My bad. I didn't mean to. Okay. It's Julia. Alright, now her opponent is leaving her alone at the table. It's a lonely game. Andrea doesn't even have an opponent anymore. She has us, though. Thanks, Killbuzz. And thanks, Wadrite. Appreciate it. Alpha move. I mean, people really do get up and leave. Okay, so coming back to the position. White is probably going to want to push e5 at some point. Andrea has this light squared bishop, which is going to be blocked by its pawns because she is going to put a pawn in d5 in the center, and a bad bishop is one that is on the same color as its pawns, usually locked away. So she doesn't want to get into that situation. Oh, queen c7 I also like because it holds e5. Queen c7 is kind of nice. I wonder if she plays queen c7 and if Julia makes a move like f4 and tries to be aggressive here. Why would anybody get up and leave? So for those of you who haven't played in chess tournaments before, it's very different than online chess. The games last, you know, between 3 to 6 hours. It can even go up to like 7.5 if it's a very long game. So you're allowed to get up during your turn. Your technical, I don't actually know the technical rule if you can get up when your opponent is, when it's your turn, if you really have to pee, but sometimes they'll allow it. And some people just really don't like sitting down. Certain players I know can see the board in their head as well, and they find it easier to think when they walk around. So it really depends. Can't you cheat? I mean, they have pretty strict anti-cheating. Technically, you know, you could tape a phone in the toilet, have a friend who's staying in the bathroom guarding that toilet stall, so that nobody discovers the phone, and when you go in, you look and you check. I mean, it's being specific because I think those the places where people have cheated before were when they hid phones in the stall. And I know that somebody caught somebody cheating by peeking over the toilet stall, and then it was a big controversy. I mean, like, one, they caught the person cheating, but then two, they're like, can you catch someone cheating if you're peering into their privacy? Anyway, some tournaments have stricter regulations. Like at the Olympiad, you have to walk in through metal detectors and they make sure you don't have anything and nobody has access to the bathroom. So for most tournaments, it's something like that. But I'm sure if somebody wanted to cheat in Vegas, they could find a way if that's what they were super motivated to do. But anyway, chat, most of the time, it doesn't happen. It's very rare that you find people cheating. Sorry, it made it seem like there was a lot of cheating. I didn't mean it like that. Yeah. No bathroom all day. No, I mean, you go to the bathroom anyway, but they are supposed to take everything away. Yeah, they are supposed to, and in some tournaments, if you have anything, you get in trouble. But anyway, most players don't cheat. And most players don't do cheating accusations or anything like that. So you are allowed to go to the bathroom. I mean, Vegas does have experience. Yes, they do have experience. I guess, here's the thing. If you cheat and they catch you, you're not playing chess tournaments again. So I think it's more, not because it's impossible, but I think the stakes are high for most people. But anyway, I hope this, I've played in Vegas before. I didn't think it was like the tightest security. Like I've seen my opponents walking by talking to people. Like people could be telling them what to do, right? Things like that. It does make me uncomfortable when I see my opponents talking to people during the game, but I've just always assumed the best. Is every game streamed? So Las Vegas Tournament is doing this cool streamer promotion where if you are a chess streamer, they will help you broadcast your game. Am I allowed to drink beer while playing there? I don't think so, but I remember one year, one of my friends, he's a FIDE master, he was playing in Vegas. The tournament, he wasn't having a good tournament, so I just see him walking around the tournament hall with, I kid you, not just one beer, but 2 beers. The homie was double fisting, walking around the tournament hall. I was like, okay, like, what happened to the dude's games? And then I found out that he withdrew. So no, I don't think you're allowed any alcohol. But you are apparently allowed in the tournament hall with it. I was very confused because I thought he was still playing. Like, you must imagine seeing your friend who you think is playing a chess tournament walking around double fisting, and very confusing experience. But it was all cleared up. Yeah, no, it wasn't Amon. Are you allowed to talk to your opponent? You're not. You're not allowed to, well, you're allowed if you're asking them for a draw or you're saying something related to the game, but you're not allowed to distract your opponent. Of course, that didn't stop the Banana Kid, and that's why I don't play in Vegas anymore. The Banana Kid haunts my dreams. Yep. Nose picking? Like, no, yeah, technically, oh, yeah. I've definitely played kids who pick their nose. And it's unfortunate, but you don't look at them as they're picking it. I mean, it's only gross when they wouldn't wipe their hands, and then they'd pick their nose, and then they'd make a move, and that was pretty gross. But it's part of the game, chat. It's part of the game. I've been through a lot of traumatic chess experiences. I've played many tournaments in my life, okay? What is Banana Kid? If mods can link the clip, because I'm not reliving that again. Oh my god, guys, it's Nemo in the back. Pog. Look at her walking around. Oh, she's gone. We lost her. Do women always get paired with each other? No. It's actually pretty random that they got paired with each other. They're just playing in the under 2100 section. Yes. Anybody playing Andrea knows it's being streamed, and it is advertised by the tournament director. So. Yeah. Oh my god, Minx, thank you for the huge raid of 2,647 people. What's up, everybody, from Minx's stream? Thank you guys for being there for Minx after the whole TikToker attack thing. Not attack, but them trying to come into the house. That was very unpleasant. Minx, really appreciate the stream. For those of you who are just coming, we are tuning in to Andrea's first in real life chess tournament game in 2 years since COVID. She is in Las Vegas, which is the place to be when you're underage. Haha, she's in Las Vegas doing what everybody wishes to do there, which is play chess. She's in the under 2100 rating section, which is a section that she has some good chances in. She's playing on board 10, which oh, maybe she's just sitting next to board 10 and she's not actually on board 10. Because if she's on board 10, then she's pretty high up. Isn't she 20? Yeah, you need to be 21 to do most things in Vegas. Oh, okay, Andrea played Bishop A6. Yeah, so Bishop A6 made the most sense to me. She had played A5, so clearly this had been her intention for a little bit of time. As we mentioned, you don't want to keep your bishop on the same color square as your pawns. So Bishop A6, if she wants to trade off that bishop, it does make sense. The position is pretty even so far, and it's going to be even more even if we see pieces getting traded. But there are imbalances. So, for example, if Andrea gets her D5 pawn push in later, then Andrea's going to have 2 pawns in the center versus 1. And then on the queen side, if you see white has 3 pawns, Andrea has 2. And usually when there's some kind of pawn imbalance on one side, that helps shape the plans. So for example, because there's a pawn imbalance, this is a semi-open file, meaning that there's just 1 pawn, not 2. So usually you want to put your rooks there, try to create some pressure. It gives your pieces a little bit more activity. And then in terms of what her opponent's going to want to do, I kind of liked ideas like f4 or queen g3, but I don't think she can still play them anymore. Queen g3, actually queen g3 does kind of look annoying. I wonder why this doesn't work. Bishop takes c3. Bishop takes a6. Oh, well this is a really hard maneuver to see. This, okay chat, see if you can find the move. There's only one good move for black here, and everything else doesn't work. Just one good move for Andrea here. Which, if she gets to this point, she'll probably see it. Oh, Andrea's in 52nd place. Okay. Alright, I saw a few people who saw it. It is knight takes e4. Knight takes e4 is a really solid move because you're protecting the pawn on g7 with your bishop. And then you're still up a piece. So if knight takes e4 and queen e3, which looks like it's defending the bishop, then I guess you just move your bishop away. You can't take the knight because your bishop is hanging. So this is how you somehow save this position. But otherwise, queen g3 looked kind of annoying with the pressure on g7. And reminder to anybody coming late, the reason why queen g3 is kind of annoying is because castling is very tricky after moves like bishop h6, where you're threatening checkmate and you can't take it. So that's why it's an annoying threat. Okay, her opponent made a move. Let me refresh. Yeah, she's playing in a different section, so there's some people I've been playing for a while. Okay, her opponent didn't even play what we were looking at. Her opponent just plays queen f3, which is honestly a good move. It works. Queen f3 is the most solid move here. It's actually good she didn't play queen g3. Good for Julia, I mean, because there was that tricky line with knight takes e4 at the end. And now Andrea has a lot of options. She can go for trades, either the bishop or the knight. She can castle and get her king to safety, or she can go for d5 and get the pawn in the center of the board. These all look like pretty viable moves. I guess I don't love castling or d5 as much right away, because then Julia can take her bishop and rook takes a6. Slightly is misplacing the rook. But not really a big deal, so it is okay. It's just kind of on an awkward spot. Okay, bishop takes e2 seemed like the easiest move. So queen takes e2 does allow Andrea to take the knight and double up, which I like. I like creating doubled pawns. And then if she takes with the knight, so that can't happen, then Andrea can go back into her castling or d5 plans. Andrea does have to be a little bit careful, though. Andrea does, yeah, because once Andrea castles, Julia's queen can still come to g3 and go for those kinds of ideas. So that's just a small thing she needs to be aware of here, which I'm sure she is. Hammer is going to stream Saturday and Sunday morning if you guys want to see his commentary. I love having Hammer as a commentator, as a co-commentator, but unfortunately he wasn't available for these games. You've never seen Andrea. Bishop takes c3 feels like a mistake because of bishop a3 coming in. Oh, because you get your bishop in here. That makes sense. Okay, good call. Okay, so actually, she can take with the queen. You can't take the knight and double up these pawns because it frees up white's bishop. So even though you have these doubled pawns, that looks like, you know, white has a really bad pawn structure. Look at all of this. In exchange, she gets to play on the dark squares, which are really, really weak. So let's reset there. So actually, Julia can take with either piece and it's fine. In which case, Andrea should just continue with something like d5 or castle and just continue on with her plan. Only reason Hammer's awake is insomnia. You can't sleep, Hammer? Yeah, what are you doing in the chat but unable to commentate, buddy? No, I'm sorry you have insomnia. That sounds rough. Water does taste good out of a jug. Again, the water that runs through our house is not very healthy because we did a water purity test and it wasn't good and our filter broke. So I'm just getting gallons of water for now. I know plastic is not good, microplastics are not good, but I'm just waiting to fix our filter. So yeah. Did she took with queen, right? And oh, did it go through? Yeah, it did. Okay, she took with the queen. Okay, let's hope Andrea's been coached by Hammer, so she's not going to give away her bishop pair here. Again, it looks juicy, but it gives Julia the bishop, so that's not good. Let's see. Okay, yeah, d5 and castling is also what the computer likes. You guys want to know something weird? The computer's third favorite move here is bishop e7. It's kind of funny. I guess it makes sense. Maybe you don't want moves like bishop g5. That's maybe something like that. No bishop pair though. Yeah, I know. No bishops. You hear Eiley from Optic Gaming is good at chess? We'll have to play. Hammer's chess sense is tingling. His body wouldn't let him sleep while Botez is playing. This is true. This is true. Alright, d5. Good. Andrea plays the top move here. Nice job, Andrea. Why is a child playing against a grown man? Honestly, they look kind of related. It looks like a father is playing his son. They both have really voluminous hair. Kind of a similar profile. They're both, you know, dressed respectfully. You know, in the back, they're just facing off there. Oh, wait, that's not Ilya. Is that Ilya Nizhnik? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I couldn't tell for a second. Oh, I know, guys, I know Ilya Nizhnik. I just couldn't tell from this angle. Yeah, Ilya's 25 and a 2700 and just... Okay, I couldn't tell from this angle. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The other guy does look like James Altucher, actually. That's very funny. Well, it's hard to tell with the mask and the angle, in my defense. And also, looking young is a good thing. I'm not roasting. It's good to look young. James Altucher actually does play chess. Okay, back to this position. Okay, so D5 played over here, and you need to start... Andrea should be thinking of what her opponent can do. So there's E5, there's E takes D5, and there's keeping the pawn on E4 and making some kind of other move. The most logical of which is probably a move like Bishop G5. You want to go and pin the pony. But if Bishop G5, Andrea can just bring the bishop back, so that's not so bad. If E5, I guess you just play Knight D7. That looks okay to me. It's not too scary, but then F4 is coming in, and then white will be playing for ideas like F5. But if that happens, then, you know, Andrea has a good center. It's not actually James Altucher, guys. Please stop trolling me. Yeah, Ilya, you guys, the guy in the back who's on board 10 was top 100 in the world. No, it isn't. I don't... No. Wait, that's pretty funny. James Altucher is playing in this tournament? No. Oh, okay, hang on, I'm looking. I don't believe you guys. Oh my god, it is James Altucher! He's 1800! Oh, okay. You guys weren't memeing. And Nemo is playing on board 5. Alright. Why is this guy famous? Well, recently he got infamous because he had this meme of telling people to buy Bitcoin, and it was all over Facebook ads. So he became the guy for that, and the meme was really funny. One second, I'll pull it up. He was just the poster child for like the types of ads later got banned. Okay, hang on, I'll show you. This is so funny. This is so funny. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm done. Let me pull it up. Here we go. This guy. Wait. So this is why he became famous, because he was just all over the place with this ad. And this is not why he became famous. He was actually an investor before, and he had a podcast before. I'd actually listened to his podcast quite a few times before. He was pretty entertaining. But anyway, that's probably why he got the infamous stuff. But anyway. It looks like a meme, but it's not a meme. It's not a meme. Oh no. Oh wait, and he said, literally, I walk down the street and people recognize me from this ad. I've never had that. Normally, I'm just sitting in my room and writing. He's gotten a lot of blowback. Okay. He's not used to getting this kind of hate. Yeah. Well, anyway. Moving on. Andrea, not the most famous person in the frame. This is a pretty lit frame. No, he's playing a 25-year-old. Okay, so back to Andrea's position. So if E5, she can retreat, and we're gonna see something like F4 maybe from her opponent. E takes C5 is really easy. E takes C5, you just take with the C pawn. In general, you like to take with side pawns. Here, you also can't take with the E pawn because it's pinned, but it's always good to bring a pawn from the side more towards the center. So Bishop G5 seems slightly more annoying. Bishop E7, E2 can still happen, and then you trade off pieces. So Nothing crazy going on here. I'm still more impressed about the fact that a 25-year-old is a 2700. Oh yeah, Ilya is incredible. Why is an 1800 playing a 2700? I mean, that's the cool thing about these open tournaments. If you have a good result in your first couple of games, you can really get paired up. Unless he's playing, I mean, he's playing Ilya Nizhnik, so he must be having an incredible tournament. An hour a match? What? No, it's much longer, Great James Monkey. Wait, you're not the one who said it, are you? No, Pranji. It's gonna be like 3 to 6 hours for a match. He beat an FM last round. That makes sense. Is it really cool? Seems kind of unfair. What seems unfair, Sinister? It's a real marathon sport. I mean, chess, yeah, chess takes a lot. Can she win d5 if she takes Andrea's knight? No, because d5 is protected 4 times, so even if you remove one, it's okay. But regardless, you have the pawn, so even if you didn't have the knight or the queen, you're okay. They are taking their sweet, sweet time, which is what they should do. You would lose your patience? I mean, it takes a lot of patience. Takes a lot of patience. Which hotel is hosting this event? It's usually at Bali's. I don't know if it's still there. Can we get a zoom in on the clock? Andrea's time management on point. Yeah, Andrea has 1 minute and 19, whereas her opponent is getting close to 1 minute on the clock. Do you ever lose focus in the middle of a game and spiral out from it mentally? I mean, yeah, I sometimes get distracted when my opponent's thinking. And I've heard, you know, players think about that in certain situations where it's actually nice to get a mental break for a little bit, but you don't want to lose too much focus. But again, she's going to be playing 2 games a day. So it's going to be 2 games that are 3 to 6 hours each. And you're also preparing before the games. So chess tournaments are... And with 2 games a day is a lot of chess. It's, you know, at least 8 hours of chess a day, and you do it for multiple days. That's how the chess life is. Okay, so her opponent decided to take. I don't think this was the scariest line. I think it would have been much nicer if she ended up with a pawn on e5 and something like f4. Just feels like she would have had more play. Andrea doesn't have any weaknesses right now. She technically has a single pawn on a5, meaning it cannot be protected by any other pawn. This is not going to be a problem for a long time. It's just if you get into an endgame and you have a single pawn, it could be a weakness. You know, her opponent could try trading off, making a pass pawn, but that's not going to happen. So, you know, for what matters, she has no weaknesses here. Her pieces, her pawns have more space. Andrea's gonna castle at some point, hopefully. And then she has these 2 semi-open files to play on. Her opponent needs to find some kind of a plan. It's interesting. The computer likes the threat of bishop takes c3 right now. Like, if it was Black's turn to move, the computer would like taking the knight, b takes, and something like castle. Because now, if you get the bishop to a3, it doesn't really do as much because there's no more pawn potential on e5 to help support on e6. So, Julia should see that this is a threat and try to take care of it because she doesn't want to take back with her pawn. Let's see if she does. From White's perspective, why'd she push to d5? You mean why'd she take to d5? I think she was trying to remove tension. As I said, I think she had 2 better moves instead of taking. So I didn't like this move. I think it was a slight misplay from Andrea's opponent. She seems uncomfortable with the camera being there. Oh yeah, the way she intensely looks at the chessboard without flinching really makes it look like she's nervous. That's an astute observation. Yeah, pause on trails. The computer should be continually getting better. This is her first match. Yeah, she is looking around, but in the tournament hall, there's so many people walking around and noises and random stuff like that that you sometimes get distracted. I was taught to only remove the tension when you get something in return. That's a great line, Dirk. Yeah, exactly. It's actually... Okay, so let's talk a little bit about tension, because it's actually a very good lesson. So, in this position, there's tension, because at any point, one side can take. And that being said, Julia does have to take care of the threat on e4, because Andrea could take her knight, takes, and then she wins the pawn for free. But there are better ways than just removing the tension entirely. Trading removes the tension. If she plays bishop g5, she's keeping the tension, she's developing, she's pinning a piece for Andrea. So that's the kind of move that is better here. I'm gonna take a nap for an hour before Julia realizes her clock is going. Funny. Andrea's thinking about what she could have done better in the Beyblade competition. Exactly. I don't even remember the last in real life tournament Andrea played. Yeah, everybody in the tournament who's playing against Andrea, the tournament director has announced, so they all, to play in this section, need to agree. I can't believe Andrea said Miskiff made you. Andrea's gotta tone down her roasts. Maya is a good sport. Don't worry, Maya, we'll get her back. Maya, let's just train birds to prank Andrea. How many FIDE points will she get if she wins this? Very few, because Julia's FIDE rating is 1300, but Andrea's FIDE rating is 1600, so maybe she'll get like 2 points or something. Yeah, I mean, this is a hard tournament to grind rating. Okay, so her opponent is thinking what to do here, and just to recap, she needs to take care of this threat because bishop a3 doesn't do as much anymore. It could have if there was a pawn on e5. What can she do? She could move her knight to b5, try to bring it back to d4 later, or even just leave her knight on b5 and push a4. I actually like that. Knight b5 is a nice move. I'd be very impressed if she saw it. I think Andrea's plan is just pretty straightforward if she's able to take the knight. If she takes the knight, then you have these double pawns, you castle, and then you just spend, your game putting pressure on those pawns. Hi Matrix, how are you doing? Why are you not playing in Vegas? How about queen b5? She could play queen b5 check. I'd probably play queen d7, and then if you take, king takes. My king is in the center, so it's going to be more active, and then my rooks are going to come put pressure. That looks like a slightly better endgame for Andrea, and it also is kind of helping black develop because your king being in the center is actually development in the endgame, so that's why I don't really like queen b5. Sometimes lower rated opponents... Oh, and we lost Andrea. Sometimes lower rated opponents will go for things like that just because they feel that trading pieces gives them better chances to draw, but I don't think her opponent will do that. Yeah, queen b5, queen d7 would be massive for Andrea. I'm glad Hammer agrees. I've never seen Andrea sit still for so long. Well, that's why she got up. Maybe you should put the FIDE ratings. Well, the FIDE ratings aren't accurate. FIDE ratings don't accurately represent Americans' chess strength, so I'm going to put their USCF. Hoping for queen b5 and some of that Andrea endgame skill. I would love to see Andrea's endgames. Would you say these players are properly rated? I mean, they're USCF for sure. I mean, it's very simple. In the US, you need a special tournament arbiter to have FIDE games, and there's harder rules and regulations. So most tournaments are just USCF rated. So you have way more opportunities to play USCF rated tournaments. So you have more data points. So those ratings are way more accurate than the ones where you could play once a month or a few times a year. And that's why. Maybe her FIDE rating is more accurate after this tournament? No, I hope so. I mean, Andrea's certainly not 1600. Would you have castle by now? No, I think Andrea played really well. Her delaying the castle was okay, and she still can castle at any point now. She's just gone now, bruh. She is. Isn't her endgame worse than her midgame? Yes, which is why I'd like to see her train her endgame. And she's also high rated, and she has a better endgame, so it would be fun to watch her do that. Oh, that's a good point, Extreme Medi, about how online ratings are more accurate. Well, the only thing is online ratings are for... The way I see online chess is almost like a different variant. So many people started playing chess over the pandemic, and they started online, and a lot of people think that that's what chess is. Chess, the way I think of it, true chess is over the board, and there are these long games. If you haven't played a 4-hour chess game, you haven't played chess. You've played a variant of chess. So yeah. Yeah, 4 hours in one sitting, like tournament game. You've played online chess. You've played rapid chess. You've played bliss chess. Absolutely. Is it rude to play a move while someone's away? No, you don't. You can totally do that. Well, the engine slightly prefers Andrea's position. 4 hours ain't nothing. I've sat at Apex for 12. Well, get into chess, TT. And Andrea is definitely getting up on the clock. People underestimate how different things are with the other player in front of you. It's not just another player in front of you. It's also having a long amount of time to think about your moves and thinking very deeply about your position. And in that case, you can't get away with mistakes the same way you can online. You have to be a lot more accurate. It's also a lot more stamina. There are some differences playing on a 3D versus a 2D board with how you visualize things. So, you know, there's a lot of things people probably wouldn't expect. Thank you, 94259, for the Prime. You're not supposed to have phones at the game, Shotgun. Yeah, no, I mean, Julia's allowed to use as much time as she has. So she has another 51 minutes until she gets to 40 moves. So she has another 28 moves she has to make. And then she gets another 40 minutes. I mean, the games can last a long time. Fabi versus Magnus was a marathon. Oh my god, yeah, absolutely. Jesus. Can all high-rated players see the board in their chess? Yeah, like any Grandmaster can. Is this Raid Shadow Legends? Yes. We have two of our heroes battling it off. I wonder how Hikaru would fare in this tournament. I mean, he'd be top seed in the open. I mean, he'd still have some tough competition, but... Yeah, this is a Vegas tournament. Alright, we got some moves. Woo! We got moves. Okay, so she played Queen D3. So, chat, she was worried about Bishop takes C3. Knight B5 was a more aggressive move, but this also has the same ideas here. I mean, Andrea's position is very clean here. She wants to get her king to safety, and she wants to bring rooks and queens on these nice two semi-open files. Alright, if you're a beginner and you learned what a semi-open file is, type it in the chat. I'm looking at you. Only if you're a beginner. Don't be the person who knows and adds it. One pawn. You know what? Yeah, that's a good summary. Only one side has a pawn. Exactly. So this is a file This is a closed file because there are 2 pawns. The only pieces that matter when you're considering whether the file is open or not are pawns. Closed file. There's no open files here. That would mean there's no pawns, but there are semi-open files because there are just 1 pawn. And they do matter because that's usually where you want to put your pieces that have vertical capabilities. So your rooks and your queens, they want to go there because they have a lot more space than, say, they do if there was a pawn blocking them. Then they only have 2 squares. Whereas if the rook moves to b8, then it's got all of these nice squares. So that's why we care about those. Yeah, I don't know. Vertical capabilities is how we're going to explain it, okay? I just play for fun, bruh. Leave me alone. Well, now you're learning. Our other pieces are too vertically challenged. Exactly. Exactly. Oh. So when the FBI says I have a semi-open file, is this what they mean? Yes. They're just watching your games on chess.com. They get really bored at work, so they just lurk. You're curious what the best engine move is? The engine move likes to castle, sir. It also likes rook c8. And it also likes queen b8. So, you know. Queen b8 is actually interesting. The reason it likes queen b8 is probably because you're holding f4 or because you can't play bishop g5. So queen b8 is a fun-looking move. Because if you castle, then I guess Julia can play bishop g5, which is slightly annoying. So, you know, if Andrea doesn't want to deal with that, she could do something about it. Why can't we see the lost piece? Because, Seth, I'm making you have to calculate it by yourself. It's very convenient and nice on chess.com to look at what pieces are off the board. But, you know, we're playing with Andrea here, so we need to look and analyze ourselves. Is queen b4 a bad move? Well, this is b4, and neither queen can go to b4. If you mean b5 earlier from white, that actually wasn't a good move because of queen d7. Can you explain why the engine says 0.8 for black? Yeah, I think it's just because white has better strategic plans here. In the middle game, it's going to be easier to put pressure on these pawns and have part of the center than it will be for white to have a plan. I like ideas of like f4 and f5 for white. I can also look and see if there's anything in particular. So like, let's say black castles. And let's say Julia plays bishop g5. Bishop takes, queen takes. Oh, you just trade everything off. Okay, this is actually interesting. And if, yeah, so I guess this, you can't play that. Okay, that makes sense. That's a tactic. Okay, let's say you play bishop f4. Bishop takes, and then queen b6. Okay, so this the engine likes this a little bit better. Yep, because you basically simplify, and now you have what to attack with black. So these 2 pawns you're going to be constantly putting pressure on until maybe you trade one for one of yours and you get an isolated pawn. But you just have targets, whereas white doesn't really have anything to attack. So that's why I think the engine likes Andrea's position better, which is actually the same intuition I had, but going deeper helps prove that. Isn't a bishop stronger than a knight? It's easier to prove when you have the bishop pair versus, say, a bishop and a knight. Yes, you still usually prefer a bishop over a knight in open positions because the bishop can travel faster. But let's say we trade this off. This is still a pretty close position. We have a lot of pawns, so this bishop doesn't have a lot of advantages. How is Andrea doing? She's doing well so far. She has a nice position, and her opponent has been taking her sweet time. Hello from Bora Bora. Why are you in Bora Bora and watching chess? You could be at those beautiful beaches. Isn't Bora Bora where they have the huts and you could look into the water? I don't think you said sweet long enough. You're right. Thank you. I will take that feedback. Alex craving sugar again. Damn it. Now I'm thinking about the cookies. Num 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 num. Gremlin mode. Okay. I don't normally have this urge, but I just get so much water because this hole is so big, and I always go after. It does feel satisfying. I've drank so much water today. So much water today. Ooh. Yeah. Why are you drinking? Well, because all of the water filters in my house are broken, so I had to buy water. Andrea is taking her time here. I bet she's probably thinking about if bishop g5 is annoying. Because otherwise, castling is pretty straightforward here. Zephcat, how are you doing? Why are you not in Vegas? You can't have a coach with you. You can't have a coach during the tournament game, but you can have coaches at the tournament who help you before and after. Oh, you ate Milk Duds? I've never liked Milk Duds. It's like my least favorite candy. No, there's worse. Candy corn is grosser. Definitely. LA Tap is fine. You're a baby. No, we did a water test. Our water where we live is not good. 4K rent for a one bed but can't drink the tap. Well, look, I might have to buy water, but I don't pay rent, so we're winning, chat, okay? Easy. No, shout out Envy for the house. Thank you. Yay. Okay, that's a trade I'll take. I don't need drinkable water. Just cover my rent and I'll take care of it. That kind of makes sense. Oh. Yep. Saving rent in LA is a big win. Exactly. Is Andrea going to... I don't know what you're trying to say there. I don't know what you're trying to say there. Honestly, even with the mousies, it's worth it. Even with the mousies. Okay. Well, Andrea's taking a really long time here. We see James Altucher in the back. He's sipping his coffee. Playing against Ilya. Actually, let's just take a quick look at how he's doing, shall we? Oh, he's wait. Wait, James says not a bad position so far. Chat, here we have the Crypto King versus Ilya Nizhnik. He's an 1800 versus a 2700. But it's still it's very early in the opening here. Can he win a pawn? Oh, you mean can he take here? Is it his turn to move? No, he can't win a pawn because there's rook b8 at the end. Although, let's play it out because there are some tricks. So let's say a takes. A takes. Do we want to take the rook or do we want to take on b5 first? They're pretty similar. The computer is actually not sure which one's better either. So let's just say we take on b5 to see if this is a free pawn. Oh, that's a cute tactic, chat. I'm going to let you see if you can see it. How does black win a pawn back here? I'm not going to give it away right away. Thank you, Electro Yeti. Yeah, you could play... Well, Queen b7 isn't as good because there's Queen e2, which defends both. But if you take, King takes, and then Queen b7... Although, actually, you can't play Queen b7 right away. Because of Queen f3. And then if you take, you lose the rook. So actually, that would lose. You have to first take, and then you can play Queen b7. And then you get the bishop back. But honestly, this looks pretty good. Queen f3, queen takes. Okay, because you have a passed pawn, but your king is also just really struggling here. So, against the 2700, this is kind of scary, although you should be playing the board, not your opponent. Okay, Andrea made a move, but you know what? We're going to also be checking on Mr. Altiture and Mr. Ilya Nizhnik, because it's just a very funny pair-up. Did he take? No, this was my line. Wait, okay. No moves yet. Okay, he's taking his time. Alright, let's check on how Andrea's doing. Let's go back. I lost her. Where'd she go? Oh, here it is. Okay. Alright, Andrea played Queen B8. So this was actually... it's kind of cool that Andrea played Queen B8. This was one of the top 3 by the engine. The computer liked castling a little bit better. But you know, this makes a lot of sense as well. Can't play Bishop F4, and now you can't play Bishop to G5, or it's not a scary threat anymore. And she will be able to castle next. If her opponent trades queens, again, that's a better endgame. Alright, I really have to go to the bathroom now because I have actually drank way too much water. So I'll be right back. I'm back, and honestly, my cookies are pretty good. My cookies actually, I made these, chat. I made these. I can't taste the salt, and I can't taste the extra egg, so I guess it turned out, or the butter that wasn't melted that I just used my hands on. It's pretty good. It's actually really good. Wifey material, that is me. When you look up wifey material, I show up in the dictionary. You know? Hand butter is the best, yep. Mmm. 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 Oh yeah, that's good. That's really good. Mmm. That have a bot version of youonchess.com? Yes, there is one. There is one. I mean, by the way, when I say I made cookies, like, I had a gluten-free cookie mix. So all I had to do was add unsalted butter, 1 egg, a teaspoon of water, and a tablespoon of water, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I couldn't find anywhere to measure a teaspoon, so I just eyeballed the vanilla, accidentally put 2 eggs in, and salted butter. But it was still good. Okay, I didn't put the sock in. I just used my socks as oven mitts because we didn't have any. And also, the butter was supposed to be melted at room temperature, and I didn't have time for that. So I just took the butter and I used my hands to warm it up. And then the butter got under my nails and I had to get the butter out. But it was honestly worth it because these cookies are delicious. Wifey material. Wifey material. Yeah. Microwave for a few seconds? Well, I can't because the oven is broken. And the microwave also acts as an oven. So I was using the microwave to preheat. Which meant that I couldn't put the butter in. But I figured it out. I figured it out and it worked out. You know? Yeah. Cool. Alright. Back to the... that sounds like some bachelor shit. I mean, I know I'm a woman, but I give off bachelor vibes with my cooking abilities. Yeah. Thanks, Jera. I do. I do. I mean... it would be really funny if people saw how I cooked these, because I'm actually not exaggerating with how I did. But then they actually turned out okay. So the fact that they turned out okay is honestly fascinating. Yeah. Okay, so. Still very early on in the game. And let's look at this position from her opponent's point of view. This is why I like black. Look at all of the space black has with her pawns. She has 2 pawns on the 5th rank. Her opponent, on the other hand, has all of her pawns on the 2nd rank. And again, her opponent isn't playing poorly or anything. It's just a slightly less than ideal opening play. What her opponent does have, though, is her pieces pointing towards Andrea's king. If she could get any kind of attack, it would have to be on the king side. She does have to be careful, though. You know, if she starts pushing her own pawns towards the king, then she has some weaknesses as well. So she probably wants to go more for, like, queen coming over and hovering with the bishop. I think she actually might want to be a little bit careful here and try to keep the knight. Because if Andrea's going to castle and bring her rook to c8, it is tricky. Let's say she makes a move like bishop g5, which looks like a normal move. This actually looks like a good move. I think this is an intuitive move because you need to develop, and if Andrea castles, then it looks good to remove a pawn from in front of the king. I know the computer doesn't love this move, but again, we're trying to think of moves that feel natural that her opponent might play. Because this is not actually obvious how Andrea should continue here. I mean, letting her opponent take and then having the open g-file is an option. She could do that. She could put the bishop back and then just put pressure on b2. And honestly, that might just be some of the easiest play here. Just put the bishop back and then continue castling. She could also try moving her knight, but that feels wrong. Also, the cookies were so sweet that my teeth hurt a little bit now. I'm getting sugar pains. Oh, the sugar addiction, it's a strong one. Can you flip the board colors to match the name? Yeah, I was just looking at it from her point of view. Oh my god. No, I don't have cavities. Sugar doo doo doo. Oh my god, that is not a good move. Okay. I explained this earlier, but I know people are coming in and going. One thing that is really important is if you're ever trading queens, you really want to think of who is the endgame better for. And this endgame is going to be better for Andrea. So Andrea needs to trade queens, and it's fun because we're going to see Andrea play an endgame, which is always very entertaining. Very entertaining. But Andrea's king is going to be in the center of the board. How many of you guys know what the king's point value is supposed to be? At least the way Grandmaster Yasser Sarawan told me. Put it in the chat if you know. Alright, Queen Yulin somehow only knows. Oh, it was the first one to know. Yes, 4, exactly. So it's in between a knight and a bishop and a rook. But the only time the king is actually important is in the endgame, because there's no point to bring your king out if it's going to be in danger. In the endgame, without queens, you feel okay. So she's going to have her king on d7. So her king, that's actually a piece, is a lot more active. She has these 2 targets to play for. It's still going to be hard, and Andrea has to prove it. And again, when you're 200 points lower rated, or 300 if you look at FIDE, sometimes you're tempted to trade off pieces because you think it gives you better drawing chances. That isn't usually the case, but now we're going to have to see Andrea try to prove that she's better in the endgame. Yeah, the computer is giving her 1.2, and again, I'm sure the reason why the computer is giving such a huge advantage is because something bad is going to happen to these pawns. But we'll see. We'll see how she does it. What tournament is this? They're playing Las Vegas Open or National Open. It's this annual tournament that's always in Vegas. I've played it a few times, but I've sworn to never play chess again in Vegas. So, Andrea is younger than I am. She hasn't been a veteran of many Vegas tournaments yet, so she's not worn down. So we sent out some fresh blood to Vegas from the Botez team. Why is that, Alex? It's the banana phone, honestly. Banana phone. Yep. Andrea castled? Oh, God. Andrea. Oh, my God. We've studied endgames. Why are we castling? Oh, my God. Oh. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention, and somebody said she castled, and I was like, no, she didn't. And then I looked at the board, and she did. No, and she did. Sorry, I was like, what are you talking about? You don't... Okay. Yes, this is not a good move. Okay, so, I mean, I just explained it. It's an endgame, you want your king in the middle. I would have been fine even if she put her king on e7 or d7. Her king is not in any danger in the center of the board. No danger. No. It's good, it's safe. Bringing her king to g8, now the king is useless. So, like, okay, let's put it this way. Imagine this was a bishop or a knight. then you would understand that, oh, it makes sense. I want to have my pieces active. If one of them has an active knight or a bishop and the other doesn't, then one of them has the advantage. Well, the king is even more valuable than a knight or a bishop. So she could have had an active king, and instead she put her king and almost like equalized the position here. She still has an advantage because of these two pawns, but the position, the computer liked her position because active king and targets to attack. Okay, sorry. I sound like I'm a little shocked. She's still fine, you know. But that was I did say her endings were entertaining, yeah, but I was hoping for later stage entertainment. I was not ready to be entertained. Okay, I wasn't ready to be entertained the first move that we enter the endgame, you know? We trade the queens. I was hoping at least 3 moves in for the entertainment. No, nobody likes giving the plot away this early. Thank you so much, Shred, for the 17 months. But it's okay. Can you explain why you think she castled? I think she was afraid. I think she was afraid that if she has her king in the center, she was probably seeing ghost threats or threats that you think are an issue, but once you actually calculate, you realize they aren't. She's probably just afraid and intuitively castled, and we need to train endgames with Andrea. Why is she studying so much London but no endgames? Also, when I was a kid growing up playing chess, my dad really pushed endgames on me. And I don't know if he pushed them as much on Andrea. So I'm going to say that we need Andrea to do more endgame training. But her openings are great. No one likes to study endgame just like you. Everybody loves endgames. Everybody loves endgames. I don't agree with what you're saying. I think endgame content is the best content. Get your copiums out of my chat. Oh. I mean, I enjoy endgames. I think they're the most fun. They're the most fun. Is this tournament one and done? I mean, yeah, this is one tournament. There's just prizes if she wins. And the prizes for first are $6,000, $3,000 for second, and $1,500 for third. And there's a little more ones as well. My mom sent me a message. Okay. Whoa! What just happened? Alex, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope you had a great stream. What were you guys doing? Well, I'm sure you guys weren't doing chess, so this might be a change of pace. We are watching my sister play chess in Las Vegas. It's her first tournament since COVID. Good luck to Andrea. Yes, thank you. You guys were drinking? Well, I need to drink after Andrea's last move. She's still better. She has a massive time advantage. She has a rating advantage, but she just made her position a lot harder with her last move. I will teach you, Alex, chat. I like saying it like that because it sounds like I'm saying Alex with an even deeper Romanian accent than I sometimes have. But what you guys need to learn is that in the endgame, so after pieces have been traded, especially queens, your king is actually a very important and brave piece. You want it in the center. You don't need to hide it in a box. That's the takeaway. That is the takeaway. It's me, Vicky Yu. Aw, thank you, Vicky. I appreciate it. Thanks, Ro Bison. Thank you so much. What did Andrea mainly study for this tournament? Opening. So, I mean, Andrea's been cramming openings. Thank you for explaining, Ipside. So, reading chess books, how to get better. I mean, the thing I like telling people who are under 1600 rating is anything you do that you're trying to do to improve your chess will improve your chess. And I don't mean it in a bad way. It's just that when you're under 1600, there's so much you could learn. So what I would really recommend is doing what you like the best. Like, if you really like endgames, like I do, and most of my chat here just really loves endgames, then you could study endgames and it feels like you're having fun. But maybe, you know, instead you like tactics, so you can work on tactics. If you don't know what to do and you just want advice, then analyze your games that you've lost. After you lose, don't just turn on the computer. Don't turn on the computer. That's like cheating, okay? Don't cheat. Don't cheat. That's like going to the gym, but you're just walking on the treadmill. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's something, but come on, we all know. We all know you shouldn't be doing that. So look over your game, try to figure out what you did wrong, and then check it with a computer. I'm not shaming walkers, I'm just saying, yeah, you know, it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Games and Roses, thank you for the 9 months. I appreciate it. I feel shame, Sag. No, look, I'm honestly shaming myself because sometimes I don't want to go to the gym and I just want to relax. But we have a treadmill at our place, so I just watch a show as I walk at 3.5 miles per hour. And I'm like, well, at least I'm sort of exercising. Better than just watching a show. Thank you, Duckboat94. I appreciate it. Most important thing is to get it done. No, that's true. That's true. Turning on the engine right away is more like watching a video. Well, it's not, because you still learn that you made a mistake. It just doesn't stick with you as much as if you tried to figure it out yourself first. It will teach you quickly if you made a mistake. But you'll probably retain that mistake for like a day or two. You know? So it's about the retention. Okay, her opponent played a4. Oh no. Okay. Andrea played that very quickly. Oh god. Why? Why? Okay. We're not losing. Look, I'm not even before the engine. This just feels like okay. Let me emotionally recover for a second, and then I will explain why this is not a good move. Okay. She's not losing, she's learning, and she's also not lost, so it's fine. Okay, I've recovered. So these are called hanging pawns. Hanging pawns in the center are not normally good. Hanging pawns, I don't know why they're called that, but I always like to think it's because they're hanging out, because they're right next to each other, okay? But if they're right next to each other, they're not actually protecting each other, right? The pawn on e6, Andrea had a beautiful, beautiful pawn chain. We felt really good about this pawn protecting pawn action. They were holding hands, they were united, it was hard to get them. But now that there's just the two of them hanging out, they can be attacked later on. So there was no reason for her to push her pawn in the center. Instead, she should have been playing for these semi-open files. And that's why the computer didn't like it. I'm sure that's why. I could check, but I feel comfortable enough with my analysis here. It's gonna be a lot harder for Andrea to win now. She could try going for a passed pawn, but that wasn't the best strategy because it is much easier to defend against a passed pawn when you have so many pieces and it's this early. You have two rooks, a bishop, and a knight. It's gonna be both. It's gonna be a weakness as well. Well, e5 is fine-ish. I don't think it's a good strategic play, Hammer. I don't think it was the best strategy she should have gone for. Fine-ish. She woke up Hammer. Okay, Hammer. Hammer, what do you have to say for your student? Hammer, you're in the chat. I would like you to know that your student did not play King D7. She played Castle here, Hammer. I don't want to cause you more insomnia, but I need to ask, next time you put Andrea on puzzles, put her on endgame duty. Hammer only carried Andrea through the opening. Hammer, I think we lost Hammer, chat. Can somebody at him check if he's still in the chat? I don't know where he is. He was here. He went to bed. Hammer down. We lost. No, is he not? No. Alex so critical. Andrea played a great opening. Fine-ish. Hammer is using euphemisms. I don't think it's fine-ish. I think it's clearly worse. I mean, the engine also thinks it's clearly worse, but also from just a straightforward play, it's worse. Anyway. I like Hammer's perspective better. Are you Andrea's mom? Shut up, popping TikTok. Next time you say something like that, I'm gonna ban you, buddy. I'll have you know. We did a video. We were filming a short yesterday where we were asking people on the street if they could guess how old we both were, and we were giving people $100 if they got it right. And I feel pretty good. That's all I'm gonna say, chat. All I'm gonna say. Nicola, thank you so much. Hammer said logical move using principles bad in this specific circumstance. It's bad in the end game. I don't agree. Stowe Center 93, thank you for the 6 months. You know you're your boomer if you're flexing getting called young. Wow, Tamam. Wow. Just wait till you get older. I'm gonna come back for you. J. Samuel, thank you so much. They guessed slow because they were afraid of one or both of you or they would die. No. Okay, anyway, let's come back to this position. Andrea's massively up on the clock still, which is good. Yeah, I said that first, Hammer. She's doing amazing on time. It's not a competition, but if you're awake, you know. Hey, if you can't sleep in another 30, Hammer, would love to have you on the team here. Okay, so... Oh, I'm hiccuping again. She's only on move 17, so her opponent has 30 minutes for 23 moves, which is not very long. Okay, so we can tell Andrea's going for a different strategy here. So I think she's going to probably try to get a pass pawn. Maybe she'll get her knight in the center at some point, and you know, also put pressure on f2. That's not a bad plan. Her rooks are probably going to be better placed now on like d8 if she's going to be supporting her pawn. I'm very curious to see what Andrea's plan is going to be. Maybe I just had a very particular plan for Andrea. But the engine also flipped quite a bit with the sequence, but it's okay. How old is her opponent? I don't know, but you could look her up if you want and figure out how old she is. They're probably similar in age. Has this been the same game? Yes. Speaking of, let's check on our boys, Ilya Nizhnik and James Altucher. Oh, okay. Well, Ilya now has the advantage. Here, it would have been really interesting if he took on b5. And what happened here? Oh, that's a weird move. Rook e3 is a weird move. Okay. I guess this pawn you don't really want to take the a pawn because it's doubled. Maybe he's trying to play something like f5 here. The reason I don't love this is because after takes, pawn takes, b2 is kind of weak. After moves like a4, d4 is a backwards pawn. It just feels like he's going to have quite a bad pawn structure here. I mean, okay, it's a weird move, but he's trying to attack. So actually, it's not that weird of a move. It's not that weird of a move. Nemo easy. Oh, did she win?
So he's probably trying to go for some kind of checkmate ideas. So let's say bishop takes, pawn takes. Let's say you just keep attacking the pawns. It's a weak pawn, so we attack it. And let's say we just try to go for checkmate. Well, we can't now because you take and you get pinned. So I guess you'd have to... You have to defend things here. Oh, maybe like f5 and queen h6. I mean, it's... You have some ideas. You have... Oh, actually, queen h6, queen takes. You could try a move like f5. No, the computer hates it. The computer hates it. Well, I was trying. Her opponent is 16. Okay. The scientist in the back is none other than James Altucher, Crypto Genius. How could you not recognize him? Yeah. And it is Ilya, yes. Yes. Okay, let's check back in on Andrea because we have a move. Okay. Rook e1, very logical. Putting pressure on e5. Knight e4 looks like a big juicer move because it protects and you put pressure on f2. So maybe this is okay. And then if bishop e3... okay, so I mean, I think this is the best move here. She can't play rook e8, you guys. That would be a fork, so you can't defend that way. And she doesn't want to push her pawn up because then this one is a backwards pawn and it's a little awkward. So I guess she could also play knight g4. She can also play knight e4. I'm not sure which one is better. Knight e4 seems easier. It's a knight in the center. It's protected. It's defending the pawn. It's attacking. We feel good about this. Bishop e3 is the only move that I see that makes sense. Only way to defend it. I mean, I guess rook e2 as well, but this one develops. Andrea doesn't want to take because she's just trading off. I guess she could trade, but then she's just... Yeah, I mean, she could trade. It's not actually terrible. Just doesn't really have an advantage. The question is, does she want to keep her rook or not? And also, she has to defend because now the threat is to take, and then take her pawn. She can't defend again because of the fork. So she wants to defend her pawn. She can make a move like f6 here. Interesting position. Yep. Guys, it's not a child. Ilya is 25 years old, and we should all hope that we age as well as he does. And we should all hope that we have even an ounce of his chess talent. That kid in the back is actually 25-year-old Grandmaster top 100 player 2700 Ilya Nizhnik. He's also hilarious. So his best friend is also a Grandmaster, and I've never seen a relationship that reminds me more of me and Andrea than him and Danish. They're two Grandmasters that both went to St. Louis, and the way they pick on each other is honestly pure comedy. Andrea and I were listening, and we were just laughing our pants off. I wish it was recorded. Yeah, Chess Weeb. You guys know Chess Weeb. Not possible to be a G-Man and funny. It definitely is. You guys have seen him on Hambleton. Alright, guys. Nice comments only. Okay. Alright, so Andrea's thinking... knight g4, knight e4, two good options to defend. I just don't want to see Andrea push. Maybe it's not as bad as it looks, but it feels pretty bad. It just feels wrong pawn structure-wise. Knight d7 is too passive. She could let Yulia take the pawn and you know, trade like this after. But yeah, it's not usually advantageous to give a bishop and a knight for a rook. So I'm just curious which horsey move Andrea is going to make. Do people flag in classical? People have been flagged in classical before. Update on the game in the rear. Yeah, let's check in on them. It's actually pretty impressive that James, the one in the white, the one with the white pieces, again, he's an 1800, he's playing a 2700, okay guys? Just imagine how you would feel for a second. And they're even on time. Ilya actually is a little bit lower on the clock. 45 minutes versus 47. The computer likes Ilya's position better, but at least, you know, James has some scary attack ideas, and engines have a much easier time defending against attacks than humans do, because humans get a little bit more scared and it's harder to calculate that deeply, because sometimes the only way to save positions is like very specific moves and it can be hard to find. Oh, Andrea made a move. Okay. Alright, knight g4. She picked knight g4. Yeah, that's fine. I think either move was okay. Oh, what knight g4 does do is it doesn't allow bishop e3. So it forces rook e2 as the only way to defend the pawn. Which is nice. You know, her knight will get kicked soon. So I think rook e2 is the logical move here. And again, beginner tip. You don't, after rook e2, you don't want to take here. Even though it's the same amount of material, a pawn and a rook is 6 versus a knight and a bishop, also 6. 2 pieces is generally stronger. Here, if her knight gets kicked away, then she loses the pawn, so she has to take care of that. She can't move this rook here. She could move the other rook over, but then this guy's boxed in. The computer likes rook a6. That's a weird looking move. Oh, the computer actually likes her thinks that this is better for her than the other version. Knight takes. Oh, because if rook takes, you play rook f6. Oh, that's sneaky. That's sneaky. And then you win a full rook. But instead, white has bishop e3. Bishop takes. Rook takes. And then you run away with the horsey. That's a crazy line. It's a crazy line, and I mean, it's not winning for black, but it's a cool line. We're up a pawn. We take those. I feel like if Andrea's up a pawn, that'd be a pretty badass plan. I know the computer likes white's position better, but this is kind of cool. It doesn't, you know, it seems pretty good. The computer's changing its mind. Good. That would be a crazy variation for Andrea to see. Okay, mods, if Julia plays rook e2, let's do a prediction for if Andrea finds rook a6. Very hard move, but would be impressive. There's no way, no shot. Wow. Okay, guys, you're making cookies, Victor? Is it because I made cookies? Did I inspire you guys with my incredible baking skills? Are you guys just impressed by how much of a baker I am? Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, Andrea's hairdo is cute. I like the little butterfly clips. Andrea didn't throw. Hammer said it was okay-ish. I felt like it was a much... Oh, her opponent made a mistake. Okay. I think it was definitely strategically incorrect. Computer said it was wrong too. But it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Okay. That's not a good move. Because Andrea should take with the knight, probably. Because the bishop is better, and it's going to put pressure. Oops, I can draw diagonals. They're a little tricky. And the bishop will be putting pressure on the pawn. If Andrea takes, then her opponent should take with the pawn. Because if he takes with the rook, then you only have one piece in a pawn, so it's not good. So you got to take with the pawn. And then she has a worse pawn structure. I mean, it's still honestly hard for Andrea to break through. Because for Andrea to get any openings in this position, like activate her rooks, she's going to need to make some kind of central push. And if she does make a central push, then she's going to trade off all of these pawns, which will also trade off the weakness. And then the only difference is, well, I guess she's not going to trade all of them off. She might have one here, and this pawn might still be weak. So she has some chances. It's just, these are hard endgames to win. Magnus could do it. That doesn't encourage Andrea. You could squeeze anything out of endgames. You know? What would Magnus do? Exactly. Okay, chat. Will Andrea take with the knight, the bishop, or neither? I'd be surprised if she didn't take with the knight. But you could be a naysayer. Maybe she takes with the bish. Maybe Andrea don't give a shit what I think. Who knows? Endgames are like lemons. You can squeeze them. Yes. Great line. Wow, chatter. That was a good one. Did you come up with it, or did somebody tell you that? Magnus would convert this in 3 minutes, maybe. You came up with it? I liked it. That was a good one. Andrea vibing right now. Andrea's taking her time. Andrea's taking her time, which, you know, she has time. It's good that she's using it. She can hear the stream music in her head. Maybe she can. How long does this normally take? 3 to 6 hours. We're an hour 2. So, you know, we're kind of halfway there. Wow, has it already been 2 hours? How would you rate Andrea's endgame skill? It's one of her weaker points usually. But I want Andrea to win. I want to see a dub for young Andrea. I don't want to see her lose. We must believe. Oh my god, she took with the knight. That's exactly what we expected. Shocking. I know. Have you ever watched chess commentators on chess.com when the end game is like a dead draw, but they still have to talk for like a good hour? And they somehow find ways to comment on everything, and I love it. I love it. Those are... those guys are putting in work. Ilya's watching her game. Yes, yes he is. You don't? Have you not watched chess.com commentary? What is the age difference of the sisters? Can't tell you, buddy. Hess is goated. Oh, Hess, incredible commentator. Incredibly well-spoken. Everybody loves Hess. Okay, so... yeah, Andrea has to come up with some plans here, and like we said, she is the higher rated player. She has the bishop versus the knight. I don't know what that move does. 'Cause it kind of looks like it doesn't do anything, but maybe there's a point. Yes, it restricts the knight. But But it was just, the d8 square was so much better, because even if the knight gets to c7, it's not threatening anything, and if your rook, either rook, is on d8, then, you know, you're supporting the d4 push. Rook c8 doesn't... maybe her plan is to bring the rook here, but that's not a target. I mean, it's not a terrible move. I think it's just a little bit of a pointless move that didn't need to happen. Andrea going for the flag. Maybe. Maybe the board is wrong. No, the board's not wrong. Freeze the other rook. Yeah, but then she should have just played rook d8. Again, you can't play knight c7 here, because this is protected. And then you just kick the knight out. So this was not a threat, is what I'm trying to say. You don't have to defend against c7. And in this position, then you have all of these options for where your rook wants to go later, even though you don't want to put it on c8, because it doesn't do anything on c8. Like, my question is, how does rook c8 contribute to her plan? If it's not contributing to her plan, and it's just blocking knight to c7, then she's gonna draw this game, which is okay, but she should be playing for a win. Or she should be trying to play the best moves. You're overly critical. No, I'm being objective. Like, she lost half a pawn advantage with her move because she basically lost a tempo. It's basically a wasted move. And I want to see Andrea win, and I think she's better than she's showing in endgames. She played a strong opening. Her clock was good, but, you know, this was a little rough. I want to see Andrea win. Trust me, nobody wants to see Andrea win more than, well, herself and then me or my parents. What should Andrea's plan be? Well, her plan should be... She has to have a plan. Actually, that's my point. The rook c8 move doesn't have a plan. That's why I'm critical of it. Because it's not supporting any pawn push. And maybe she wants to play her rook to c6. But if she wanted to play her rook to c6, instead of waste 1-2 moves, she could have played rook d8, improve the position of her rook, and then rook a6. So she has multiple ideas here. She can try to go for some kind of pawn push. She needs to, if she has any chances. She can't really put pressure on b2. She could try to put pressure on this pawn. Maybe f5 ideas, honestly. Maybe f5 ideas are not bad. So maybe what Andrea wanted... Okay, so you know what? You know what? Let's just try to find a plan for Andrea. Maybe she had a reason. But the thing is, now if you play rook d1 and you play rook fd8, then your rook on c8 is misplaced. Because what I was going to try to say is maybe she wanted to push f5 and not worry about knight c7, but even then she would have put her rook on d8. I am curious. I'm curious what she was thinking. Thank you, Salvia Game. Appreciate it. Maybe she intends to take her other rook on the e-file. Well, the e-file is also not great because you're not trying to push this pawn, right? You want to place your rooks where they might have some kind of use. A square like d8, it's going to have use because you're going to push d4. If it had come to d8, again, it would have protected this and it would have had use. F5 looked like a pretty juicy move to consider at some point because you're maybe coming in with f4, but maybe she doesn't want to ruin her pawn structure. But this pawn is going to be a target and she's going to have to push it at some point. Anyway, her opponent is really low on the clock and her opponent's also lower rated, so, you know, maybe she won't get punished. But let's see what her opponent finds. Let's see what she finds. Other ideas she can have here is f6, king f7, king e6, trying to bring her king towards the center. Okay, I mean, her opponent is playing very interesting moves here. I guess I understand where she's coming from. She's trying to play b4. Okay, so her opponent's plan is to play rook... is to play b4, because otherwise that doesn't make sense. And I guess that is logical, because you take, and then you have two passed pawns. Again, if her rook was on a8, this wouldn't be a threat, because then you take. But now we have... The thing is, if her opponent opens up the position, then Andrea is also going to get counterplay. And hey, maybe her rook is on the c-file, because Andrea knew... Oh, did we lose her? Oh, she's back. It's just James Altucher. Chat, it's just us and James. Everybody left. Nobody is here. Except for James. All alone. It's okay. All by myself. I know I can't sing. Okay, I still love the move f5. It's very... I feel like f4 is extremely annoying. Oh, did you see what she did? She stuck her tongue out at us. Problem child. Beep. Derp. Okay. Alright, Gremlin. Maybe, but again, I'm not sure if f5 is good. The computer likes it, but from a human point of view, I don't know if I would feel comfortable with it. Rook fd8 is going to be logical forever, unless she's going for f5, f4. She just has to calculate, like, let's say we played f5, and let's just play this out and see what happens. If we take, pawn takes, and we move the bishop back, I guess we don't want to do b6 because it gives tempo. Then I actually like her opponent's idea, because now she has stuff to play with. The key thing here is... this is important. Andrea just plays bishop b6, and now she has a better position. Because, of course, if you take, and then you have these two isolated pawns. So, again, we talked about this earlier, but you would want to keep the tension here as white. So you don't want to actually move this pawn. You'd probably just want to take care of this threat. And this is a tricky position. But at least Andrea won't give her doubled pawns. So this is good. I think her opponent missed that after b4, Andrea can play bishop b6, but her opponent also, it's hard to find things to do here as white. It's hard to find a plan. So let's see what Andrea does. Andrea is wearing a Botez hoodie. Andrea is wearing our hoodies that we've been working on. We've gone through many models, and we just keep going through iterations until we like them enough. Yeah, they don't exist yet, but they will. That's got a lot's makeup. Yes. Yes. Look at that side, that profile of Andrea, where you could just barely see her eyelashes and her eyebrows. That girl, lot to make up. Yes. Chess brings out the intellectuals. Alright, f5. Let's go, Andrea. Let's go. Let's go. Finally, I like it. Giga chat, exactly. James wearing a lot of makeup, exactly. He wanted to look pretty for camera. You have the first 3 or 4 iterations of the Botez hoodie. That's funny. Yeah, James looks like he's struggled. Let's just quickly check in on James, because he was all alone, chat, and we can't let him be all alone like that. Let's see how he's doing. We've had some wait, is this the move progression? Let me refresh to make sure it wasn't my analysis. Okay. It hasn't progressed well for James. Ilya blocked up the position. He didn't want to deal with the attack. James tried to bring his rook over to h3. He's trying to go for an attack. Okay, took the pawn first. Oh, and now it's his turn to move. It's just that even if he plays rook h3, it's really easy to defend now. And the material is even, but he has 2 isolated pawns. His opponent has 1, but d4 is going to be a really big target. Alright, back to Andrea's game. How's Nemo doing? Let's check in on her too. Alright, Nemo. Whoa. The computer likes Nemo's position. What is going on here? What is this material? I need to count. Okay, it's somehow even material. And where is her opponent gonna put her rook? He could put it on d8. That works. Could run away. I mean, this is too crazy. You guys, my head hurts. I'm not gonna analyze this. We're gonna walk on the treadmill, and I'm just gonna tell you guys the computer likes Nemo's position, and she's up on the clock. Thank you very much. Go to her stream to see more commentary while we go back to Andrea's nice easy endgame. Alright. I looked at that position, it hurt my head, and I'm not analyzing it. We're gonna stick back to this one and all the people on the frame. We walk with incline. Yeah. Fuck yeah. That's what we're gonna go for. Okay. Her opponent still thinking. And I mean, I wonder what her opponent is gonna do if she doesn't push b4. She will want to defend this. I mean, she could move her king away from the threat, but it doesn't look nice because either you put your king on f1, which is the file that looks like it's gonna open up, or you put your king in the corner, which is a pretty passive move. G3 technically also possible, but I don't know if it's good. Yeah, b4 is what I expected her to play. Okay, Andrea needs to find bishop b6. Mods, can we get a prediction for if Andrea finds the move here, bishop b6? You know what? Everything that's come before now, the castling, the pushing of the center pawns in the opening, I'm okay with it. I just want her to play bishop b6 here. She might. Well, we're going to do a prediction. If we oh wait, she's about to move. She's about to move. Oh, she hovered those little gremlin fingers and she put them right back. She took the claw out for a second. She wanted to scare her opponent, and now she decided to slow down. Nice. Oh, okay. Prediction is void. Sorry, guys. She did it, though. All that matters is she did the move. Alright. Good job. There we go. There we go. Nice. She found the good move. Computer is giving her a pretty big advantage here. Definitely she has a better position, but it's actually not that easy to convert. That being said, her opponent has to make another 18 moves in 18 minutes. Okay, chat. Can anybody do the quick math of how many moves she's going to have to make per minute? But actually, it's also 30-second increment. Go, chat. Go. What's up, Andy? How are you doing? Okay, people are just spamming random numbers. Anyway, she does not have very much time. I'm proud of you who could figure out that 18 moves, 18 minutes. See, I knew our chat was bright. Andy, how are you doing? Where are you? I always like asking where Andy is because he's always randomly somewhere. You're in New York City? Nice. You're going to Greece. Oh, that sounds nice. That sounds nice. So let's see how our opponent is going to do here. Twitch IQ is 300. Exactly. Is the white shirt guy playing a ghost? He is. Kilo of grams, tier 1. No, it's okay. he did beat an FM last round, which is very impressive, and he got paired with a big juicer. He got paired with one of the highest rated players in the tournament, so we're gonna give him some credit. Chess Rob, thank you so much. He's back. He's back, he made it. Okay, you guys, he's finally not alone. Chat, one of the players on this screen was a top 100 chess player. Just pointing that out there. And I know what you're thinking. Alex, is it you? You have great commentary. Thank you. But no, it wasn't me. Whoa, why are we getting an ad? Sorry. Here we go. We're back. Andrea was top 100? Okay. Rook FD1 makes sense. You want to keep the tension. Andrea has like a pretty straightforward move here. Rook FD8. This rook is the one you want to bring in. This rook now actually has a purpose. It's putting pressure on c3. It's helping. Maybe it'll get... Nah, I don't think c4 is helpful. Anyway, it has a purpose. So rook d8 makes the most sense. Could she try anything else? She could try taking the pawn. She could try taking the pawn. She could try f4. She could try f4, actually. Computer does not like f4. Rook takes. Wait, is this not good? I don't know. This looks kind of good. I guess maybe we're losing this pawn, or what's the issue? Okay, this is an option. For a second, the computer didn't really like it. Yeah, why does the computer... apparently the computer doesn't hate it as much as I thought. The computer just really likes her current position. And rook fd8 is just such a nice move because you keep the tension, okay? And tension is one of... Okay, it's gonna sound weird, but playing with tension is very fun. You know that feeling of satisfaction when you're keeping somebody in tension and you know that they don't like it, but you have all the power to keep the tension. That's what Andrea wants to do here. I mean, in chess, guys, in chess. Positional tension. I'm not a serial killer. No. It's fun in chess because you're, like, mentally torturing your opponent. In chess, you're mentally torturing... Okay, other people have explained this and they weren't called serial killers. A lot of chess people talk about, you know, the cobra technique, where you're slowly encroaching your opponent and tightening slowly, but I guess that's actually different. They don't say it like this. Yeah, this was not my best spoken attempt yet. Definitely not. I just explained it in the most psychotic way. That is fair. Boa constructor, not conductor. Yeah. Anyway, tension is good in chess. If you can keep the tension, it's usually also uncomfortable for your opponent. And that's something that a lot of people who aren't, you know, around club level miss. Yeah. What is Andrea's style of play? That's a good question. I mean, she's gonna have a different style now since she's been streaming. She's actually played pretty patiently in this game. She's taking her time. If there's tension, it's easy for the opponent to mess up. Yes, if there's tension, it definitely makes it easier, especially if your opponent is getting lower on the clock. Because if she plays rook fd8, and this is what I mean about tension, is what moves does her opponent even have? She might need to just get out of the pin and make moves like king f1. which works, but then you also start bringing your king closer to f6, to f7, to f6, but maybe your opponent will be choked up by the tension and take on a5. It's good on her opponent for not taking a5 yet. And also her opponent is a lot younger. Her opponent is 16, so you know, gotta give her some cred. What about a takes b4, c takes b4, rook c4? Yes, you can consider stuff like that in the future. I wouldn't give up both of my center pawns for that right now. But you could try to keep it in mind in the future. Also, f4 seems really annoying. I mean, Andrea's probably deciding between like f4, rook d8, rook c4, sorry, not rook c4, a takes and then rook c4. She has a lot of options here, so I see why she's thinking. I mean, I thought f4 looked juicy as well. The computer didn't love it as much, but also didn't hate it as much as I thought. Andrea's mind is probably just non-stop bang, bang, bang. 'Cause that's what she always does. Okay, here. People keep asking about rook c4. So, rook c4, the computer likes this, but I would have just played this, so I'm going to play my variation because I think it's more human. My issue with this, and let's say you take, and let's say you take back, and you take here, and rook takes a5, and you take on a4. So, yes, black has all of their pawns together, better pawn structure, but you've basically just traded off, and you don't really have any great chances to win. At least there's an isolated pawn, but you know, it's protected from both sides. It's protected from both sides. It would be pretty hard to force a win here with the black side of the pieces. I guess you still have ideas like f4 and things like that, so it's not possible. But you lose the pressure. You trade off too much. So that's why I don't like ideas like rook c4. Or even a takes b4, because Andrea should be trying to win. She's up on the clock. She's up in chess elo. I wonder what else she could be thinking about. Maybe she's considering d4, but that's just a free pawn. That doesn't work. She could move this rook over as well if she wants to keep tension for f4. Because let's say she plays rook f d8, and let's say her opponent moves out of this. It's the most logical thing to do. At this point, I would start considering moves like rook c4 or a takes. I'm not sure which one is better, but this just seems really straightforward. So let's say we play rook c4 before trading off, because if a move like this, that's really good for us. You have to defend this pawn. It's attacked twice. So you play rook b1. And then what kind of moves does Andrea have here? It seems good for her, just have to find what is good. How does she win the final pawn? Maybe she doesn't even need to win a pawn right away. Her pieces are just better placed. I mean, I guess she would have to bring her king towards the center. She can, and then try to continue pushing. Because you can't actually win a pawn here. But black's position is so much more playable than white's. And you know, white has that pawn missing. So you just slowly bring your pieces to play. With the king here, then you don't have to worry about any of these pawns. Then you bring in the rook. So yeah, I mean, it seems like a very straightforward way for Andrea to continue here. What would I do? I would play rook d8. I like those kinds of straightforward moves, though. And then dealing with the rest later. She's thinking many moves ahead. I mean, she certainly is. Yeah, those were my moves. Those were the analysis. They weren't the tournament ones. What is the engine move here? The engine also likes rook fd8. It likes rook fd8, and then it likes rook cd8. So the engine is a big fan of putting your rook there. And then it likes a takes b4. It didn't like f4 very much, but after we played it through, it was pretty similar to a takes b4. Like any of the lines that just allow you to take the pawn are pretty similar. So the best thing for Andrea is to just not give up this pawn. So let's see if she does that. We'll see what she goes for. Is this move 39? No, this is move 23. Oh my god, James is alone again. Let's check in on him. How's he doing? He's still thinking. He's still thinking, and this position is not very pleasant. His queen and rook are tied into protecting this. Rook h3 no longer does anything. He might have to try to just sack f5. Did Nemo's game simplify? We'll take a peek at her. Nemo's opponent has 12 minutes on the clock. This, did she win the rook? She did win the rook. Okay, so her opponent sacked for the knight. So we've seen 2 moves since. Now I imagine he's gonna castle, just get his king to safety, because what else? And then Nemo's actually has a pawn that can almost just march ahead, because all of the squares are covered by her pieces. Except, I mean, b8 is gonna need a little bit more support. And she's up in exchange. So Nemo is doing well. I think Nemo trolling what is going on. I mean, it's a crazy position, but she's up a lot of material. Alright, Andrea is still thinking. Andrea's still thinking. Oh. Do I need to go to the bathroom or can I drink more water? Probably need to go to the bathroom. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick little ladies' room break. I'm almost done with the gallon of water. What happened? Did you guys? Miko is getting the ugliest. Show me after. I'm commentating. Joking. It's not ugly. It's just one of those bald cats. I mean, I've told her this, by the way. Oh, Miko's banned. Oh, she's still banned? Yeah, she's getting Dr. Evil's cat. Is it a hairless cat? Yes. But what all that matters is that Miko thinks they're cute. So she's gonna get another cat. She finally did it. She must have been talking about it for a while. She's unbanned. Okay, good. Oh, my teeth are hurting. Andrea's still thinking. That makes me a little nervous. If she's thinking, she's probably going for like some kind of tricks. And she's not going to play the nice rook fd8 move we all want to see here. She's going to play something sneaky. Are you sleepy? No. There's nothing more riveting than watching 4-hour chess games. I have not fixed my tooth yet. I still have a temporary crown and I'm finally getting it fixed next week. You can't tell, but one of my teeth is a slightly different color than the others. That's okay. Thank you, Killbuzz. What time is it in Vegas? It's 2 hours or 1 hour later. No, it's not. It actually is probably not a time difference. Maybe 1 hour later. Probably the same. It's probably 9. Yeah, same time as LA. Vegas is PST. There you go. Will there be a post-game interview if Andrea calls? Yeah, no, this is a late tournament. You're just in Vegas playing chess all the time. But a lot of people play this tournament and it's nice. People just come together. It's the under 2100 section. It's poker o'clock. I mean, poker is even more intense than chess. Don't people play how many hours is a WSOP game? Is the tournament FIDE rated? It is. I really want to know what line she's trying to calculate. I mean, she must be calculating taking here or f4, because she wouldn't be thinking so long for rook fd8. She thought so long that James is no longer alone. So it's been a while. Okay, so he did end up playing rook h3. I think he just didn't have other moves. And yep, now he's defended. And just now his queen, I mean, his rook is still doing something. It's defending, but maybe could he just re-maneuver his queen? He can't to e2. I didn't mean to draw it there. I liked queen e1. Feels like it's coming back in. Queen f2 may be nicer because it's defending everything. Okay, he plays queen g5. Oh wow, the computer likes rook takes f4 and I don't understand why this works. Oh, that makes sense. Rook takes and then queen c1. Check, and you capture the rook. Okay, apparently rook takes f4 is winning here. I think we're going to see a nice tactic. We're going to see Hammer commentary Saturday and Sunday morning. Many other content creators weren't there today. I mean, Nemo is there. So that's 2. Is Levy playing as well? No, because he's going to commentate on one of our games. Who else is there? Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing one of the commentary slots, not both of them. It's tomorrow, Levy is commentating on the second round, and I'm commentating on the third. I have a doctor appointment tomorrow. Man, so I have, like, shitty health insurance that I bought for myself. But to see a specialist, like, I've already had 2 appointments, and like, I have something that's causing me pain, and it would take another 2 months. So I'm just gonna go somewhere that would see me in the next week and pay out of I mean, it's basically out of pocket regardless. It's really hard in the US. It's really hard, and I get that doctors are very busy, but it's rough. Yeah, North America, it's like, you're in pain. Sure, we can fix it, but it's going to take 2 months. I'm like, it hurts every day. It's like, well, that's the soonest we have. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just find somewhere else. Yeah, he found it. Of course he found it. He's a 2700. Well, why is this -3? It's so bad. I mean, let's say you just move away with the rook. Let's say I'm just move rook a1. What's the threat here? I guess just all of your pieces start falling? The computer really likes queen b6 and just trying to take that pawn. Which makes sense. You can't defend it, so I guess this pawn is hanging. Alright, back to Andrea. Have we seen a move yet? Oh man, look at Andrea's face. She looks like she's calculating. She's doing her little face. She's very expressive. Meanwhile, Julia is a stone cold calculator. She shows no expression. Ask for a referral. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. She did it! Rook fd8. I mean, she thought for a long time, but she saw it. I mean, the only thing is they only will refer to doctors within the system. And the first availability is 2 months from now, so that's why. Do they get more time? Yes. So if they get to 40 moves, then they get another 40 minutes. I know what you're thinking. It hasn't even been 3 hours yet. This game is very short. We'll be here for a while. Look, there's a mysterious blue man who is walking. And now, oh, look at that with his hood. He looks so serious. He doesn't just look at the position from one side of the board. He looks at it from both. He scratches his head. He sees the beautiful tactic Ilya played. He wishes he too could have played it. James glances back. Great, an observer. Little does James know we have many observing him. And with that, the blue man exits. You could watch classical forever, Ben. That is an unpopular opinion. Feel strong, blue man. Yes. Yes. Andrea found the move, though, so that's exciting. That's exciting, and her opponent is getting in time pressure. She doesn't have a lot of moves left, and this is a very tense position. So her opponent at this point probably is wanting to deal with this f4 idea. I love that Andrea defended her pawn. It does seem a little bit annoying if she would try to double up and grab the pawn. But she's not going to really have time to do that. And even if she is, Andrea can play knight rook c4 and then have ideas like d4. But first she has to deal with the f4 threat. So white's plans are really slow here. Oh, dentist. You know, Cyber Garrett, that is a good idea indeed. I will look through them. I will look more. I've just been trying with them for so long that it's been exhausting. I thought Blue Man only moved in groups. Has anybody ever seen the Blue Man group? Whenever I'm in Vegas, I always tell Andrea that I want to see the Blue Man group. I don't actually want to see the Blue Man group. What I want to see is Andrea being bored at Blue Man group and having to sit through it. I just know she would hate it, and I would find that massively entertaining. So every time we go, I'm just gonna keep being super keen on the Blue Man group. And she's gonna be like, no, this time, and I'm gonna be like, Andrea, please, one time will you go with me to Blue Man group? And eventually I'm gonna get her to do it. Yep. There's the sadism again. It doesn't count if it's your sibling. It doesn't count. I mean, I don't think they're bad. They've been doing their shtick for a long time. They are probably pretty good. But, you know, there's other things I'd rather do with my time. They're actually awesome. You know what? It would be really awful if I finally get Andrea to go and she enjoys it and I hate it. That would be the ultimate revenge. Okay, so what can Andrea consider here? Taking rook c4. Those look like the best moves. I like rook c4 more because, as we said, we don't want to take We might not want to take and give her, you know, 2 passed pawns right away. It's nicer to have a pawn blocking them. So rook c4 makes a lot more sense than a takes before. And then it also forces her rook to be defensive. And this is a position we analyzed a while ago where it is good for Andrea, but I don't know how she's going to win it. And I am going to let her figure it out. She's the player, I'm the commentator. Yeah. That seems reasonable. I felt good about that one. Much harder with less pieces. You eat treadmill. Yes, exactly. Oh, Mapriel's trying to send a link. Let me find it. Let me find it. Wait. Hang on. Is it the Blue Man group? Ha ha ha. Yeah, guys. This. Hang on. Let me capture it. Okay. 1 second. Where is my video capture device? Alright guys, what Mapriel sent feels a little bit accurate. This is us. We're playing chess. We're at the gym. We are walking. You know, it counts. Look at him. Like, he's sweating a little bit. He's doing his best. Feels pretty good. He's getting mobility and he's working out. This looks like a win-win to me. Okay, while we're here, we're just gonna take a quick little detour. I want to see the Blue Man group. I just want to get the vibe. As you can see, I've already watched part of 1. Because I feel like it would be good. There you go. Like, just Andrea. I just want Andrea to sit through 2 hours of this. I'm not saying it's not cool, but I know Andrea would suffer. Okay, they're kind of good though. I kind of see why they've been doing it for a long time. Oh my god. It's ramping up. Let's go. Nice. Where's that voice coming from? They don't know. Look at them. They're so confused. Where's the voice? Yeah, it's kind of cool. Okay, alright, back to the game. And back to the game, back to Andrea thinking. How long are they here on Earth? I don't know. Why did I get a recommendation for Medieval M&M? Yeah, Vila, what are you doing on YouTube? How did this end up here? And why is it so good? Okay, I mean, this is our new playlist. We're gonna just listen to Medieval Eminem in the back during Andrea's games, and if anybody objects, can't fix poor taste. Whilst thine truest Slim Shady, please rise. Exactly. Exactly. I always know if Andrea's been on the YouTube because it's always something like, get 6-pack ab in 8 days. It's actually really cool that Andrea works out. It just kind of rubs it in my face every time I'm on YouTube. I'm there to enjoy, not be reminded of what I should be doing, okay? Alright? I don't need that in my face. I'm like the man on the treadmill. Okay. Andrea's thinking. How's she doing on time? Ooh, she's getting lower on time. Scratching her little eyebrow. Both her and Ilya have their hands on their face now. It's very exciting. We haven't seen this amount of symmetry on the left side of the video for a while. Which move are we on? We are on move 24. Move 24. But it would be nice to see her win her first game. It's time to start moving up the king. Yeah, I mean, for sure. I like rook c4 first, but she can also just start bringing the king. Anything is fine here. Well, okay, actually, I take that back. Not anything is fine here. There are moves that are not good. But I mean, either of these I'm pretty happy with. Yeah, Ilya is probably the highest rated. Ilya's chess weeb. Let's check on how Ilya's doing while we wait for a move from Andrea. I mean, Ilya, we already saw he was winning. Let's just finish off what happened. So, he found this cool move where he wins a pawn. You can't take back because of queen c1 check. So, James moved away. Ilya played queen b6. That's what the computer wanted. This pawn is weak. He can't defend it, so at least he blocks the check. He tries to make space for his king. Oh god, Ilya's just coming in. He defends, and now we're gonna see how Ilya comes in. Let's check on Nemo. What has changed from Nemo's position? Okay, so she gave away this pawn, but she's been developing her pieces. And now she's simplifying because she's up in exchange. Well, an exchange for a pawn, but she has a much better position, and this passer is going to be a pain later. Alright, I'm ready for the next, oh my god, are you guys ready for Lose Yourself, Medieval M&M? Because that's up next. I'm ready to lose myself. Medieval style. Pause champ, no, I'm excited. I'm excited, how's that one going to sound? Oh my god, it's transitioning. Oh, I got chills. Did anybody get chills? Andrea made a move. Yes, rook c4, best move. Let's go. Nice job. You know what? Andrea played this great. We're happy with it. We're happy with it. She's been playing well. Oh, the blue man is back. Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna go so hard. You had one fortnight. Okay, I also expected a little more, but still pretty good. Still pretty good. I don't know where this mix is coming from, but I like it. Alright, Andrea found the best move. Her opponent probably should just defend this pawn. Otherwise, she has to take, but that's not as good. Because she at least wants to keep the tension. Oh my god, are we finally going to the medieval festival? We have to. I need to find the next medieval festival. You guys are right. When is the medieval festival Los Angeles? So Andrea lost the bet. She has to come with me to medieval festival. No, I don't want to go to medieval times. I want an actual medieval festival. There's a Renaissance one June 10th. Oh, she's not gonna be here. Alright, we're gonna have to find one. It has to be a good one. We'll do it. We'll do it. Renaissance Fair. Oh, yeah. Renaissance Fair, Los Angeles. Renaissance Fair. Dragon Fest Expo? That doesn't sound like it. There's a Ren Fair before my birthday, but I'm not gonna be in town. Cronenberg Renaissance Festival, June 18th. We're not gonna be here. Maybe in July. If there's any in July, we'll look. Okay, I'll have to find it. Stop getting me excited, chat. Who brought this up? Okay, chat. Up next is Without Me. Does it feel so empty without me? I said, this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, because we need a little controversy, because it feels so empty without me. You know, I was just singing it in case people didn't know which one it is, but that one is the one that's up next. So let's hear it. Oh, there you go. Nah, 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 da, nah, nah. Who came up with this? Thank you, Do Dimensions. Oh, they resigned. James and Ilya. I mean, makes sense. Andrea's opponent is almost 10 minutes on the clock, you guys. Maybe... Okay. I don't know if we want to do this prediction, but it would be fun to see if we think they get to time control. It's a longer term prediction, but I feel like it's a good one. Will the aim end before time control? That's after 40 minutes. What playlist is this? Medieval Eminem. The huge. The huge. Yes, there's... So, do you guys think the game is gonna last longer than 16 moves? Yep, they've played 24 moves so far. Alright! Okay, Rook B1, that's exactly what we expected. That was the most logical move, just going to defend. And now easy plan is for Andrea to just bring her king more towards the center, but it is going to be hard to figure out how she makes a breakthrough here. Yeah, I mean, this is honestly a hard cookie to crack. I know that the computer loves it, but... Can she go rook e4 and win the pawn? She can't because of king f2? Honestly, rook e4 is a great move. Let's look into it. Because king f2 is met by f4. So maybe she does have to actually give it up here. Maybe that just wins right away. Thank you for that suggestion. Yeah, because if she plays king here, then you have f4, and you're going to win the pawn. Easy peasy. Can I take here? Other question, can I take here? You can. Bishop takes. And then you've saved the pawn for now, but you have a bad pawn structure, so that is an option. But this is still going to be a weakness. Now you have so many single pawns that this doesn't look good. Okay. Alright, I like rook e4. I think it's very direct. What else? The computer likes rook b3, which is weird. I guess you can't take right away, because you lose the pawn, right? Yeah. That's the thing. So it's not really a threat, because once you take, the pawn hangs. Yes, okay, so rook here. D4 probably just trades everything off. E takes. If you take with the pawn and he recaptures back, everything is being traded, so that's not going to work. So you don't want to push the E pawn. The computer is suggesting weird moves here, because I don't know if there's a win. The computer's suggesting rook d7, king f8, and g6, which makes me think that there isn't a way to immediately win the pawn. Andrea's playing... Yeah, no, Andrea's actually played the endgame well. You know. Alright, chat. The next Eminem song is going to come soon. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I want to see who can guess what it is. Alright, chat. Let's see if you can guess the next song. No, wait to listen to it. Okay, chat. Yeah, John Wick got it first. Yeah, okay, this is Godzilla medieval version. This is kind of a vibe. Pretty good. You're playing in this tournament? How's it going for you? Andrea moved? Okay, nice. She played f4. Okay. I mean, it's hard for her to find moves here. If she... Okay, let's say her opponent takes, which is somewhat of a logical move. She has to take with her rook, because she wants to keep this as a pass pawn. So let's say rook takes. Where's her king gonna go? Can he go to e2? Or is f2 really bad? Well, I mean, he can't go here, so he doesn't really have a choice. Rook f2, king d1. This looks pretty bad. This looks like a good move from Andrea. She actually played very well. I don't know if you can take as you have this. I mean, this actually looks like she's gonna kill her opponent. Is there anything we missed? Oh yeah, her opponent can't take. Okay, so her opponent should not take. That makes sense. Her opponent only has 8 minutes though, so she might. What else could she try to do here? She could try to distract the bishop with a move like bishop takes a5. But that's not good, because bishop takes, and then we're putting pressure on this twice. We're putting pressure on this. There's so many things up in the air. What else can her opponent do? Because she's threatening to take. She can't defend it. If she plays king e2, I guess king e2 is an attempt. Again, bishop can't take because of this. So maybe f takes e3. But then you win a pawn, and then you have ideas like this to push. No, I mean, I think Andrea's winning. I'm curious if she's going to make it before time control. You take on e3 with the bishop? You like taking with the bishop? Yeah, I guess you can also take with the bishop. Because even if you take here, then you have rook takes a4. Oh, okay. Computer's iffy about that one after rook a1. Oh, the computer likes rook a8 and then just winning back the pawn. That also makes sense. Bishop takes a5 where? Yeah, no, I mean, Andrea... Oh, b takes a5, you mean. Yeah, no, b takes a5, her opponent can do it, but then you just recapture, and it looks very good. Yeah, Andrea's playing a good game here. You know what? She actually won the endgame clean. Her opponent did make the mistake of pushing b4. She should have kept her pawn on b2. But it's really hard to sit and do nothing in chess, even if it's what you should do. Till I collapse. Medieval version. Yeah, f5. Oh my god. Wait, did we just see some moves? Oh, hang on. Let me refresh. No, we didn't. Sorry. I thought my moves were coming through. F4 was a really nice move. Honestly, even nicer. I like it even better than the king idea. It's more forcing. That earlier rook to c8 has really panned out. Well, yes, but only because her opponent made a wrong plan. But yes, it did. She is playing well. Her opponent's 6 minutes on the clock, you guys. Go left, right, left. I think you're thinking of the wrong game. But I like the enthusiasm. Why can't white move e4? Because it's a free pawn if you play e4. It's attacked twice. So you could just take it, and then you gotta pass her, and he looks scary. He looks scary. Alright, did people make the prediction on whether she's gonna finish or not? I can't see for some reason on my Twitch. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Pretty good. Julia keeps looking away. Again, I think it's people around her, or sometimes people get fidgety. I hope that's why. I really hope the camera doesn't make her nervous, actually. I kind of memed about it, but I'd feel really bad if that was the case. But honestly, chess players are used to having their games watched, but maybe not by this many people, you know? Julia doing great too, for sure. I mean, Julia's lower rated, you know? We respect everyone. Alright, she took. Oh my god, it's lost. We just looked at this line, you guys, with rook takes f4, and then rook f2. Andrea plays it quickly. Why does FIDE say 7? So I have their USCF rating on the screen. As I said, a lot of Americans just don't have the opportunity to play that much FIDE, so their FIDE is just not as accurate. All right, rook f2. Look at Andrea tapping her tapping the pencil. There you go. There you go. Rook f2. That's what we like to see. I mean, I saw her play it on the board for some. Okay, there we go. It updated. So did the prediction go through? The blue man is back, but he no longer stops, for his friend is no longer there. It reminds him of a board he used to know. Yes, okay, good. I want to know, what's he like as a person? What's his favorite food? How is he doing in the tournament? Just want to hear about the blue man. Okay, Andrea has a killer position now. She could take the pawn. D4 is what the computer likes because it just opens up the position. So if she sees D4, the king is in the center, big juice energy. She wants to open it up. Let's see if she does it. This is winning. It is winning. It is winning. Came for the chess, stayed for the tunes. I mean, these tunes just... They had no business going this hard. You know, I saw Medieval Eminem on YouTube. I was like, okay, sure, I'll listen to the first song. And now I can't stop. Okay, she's grabbing the pawn. I mean, that's okay, too. Ooh. Okay, chat. See if you can guess this song. Uh-huh. See if you can guess it. Rook takes g2 is natural. Yeah, exactly. So it's fine. Yeah, Black Diet. Nice job. The lyrics are so bad, and I remember listening to it like a 12-year-old and singing along like, I will frickin' kill you, because I just was a fan of Eminem, and it was very funny. It was very funny because the older Romanians would just be shocked that my parents let me listen to Eminem, and they're like, well, she's just an artist. Those were the days, yeah. Okay. Andrea's opponent under 5 minutes. She's in a tough... Her opponent didn't even play that bad, honestly. The queen trade probably seemed normal. Weird to see the gremlin focus. She is focusing. Alright, now Andrea, d4 is a beautiful, beautiful move that it feels intuitive because it's breaking up in the center. But she might also just take. That feels intuitive too. She just might be a pawn grabber. The blue man is getting more exercise than us. The blue man is playing a chess tournament and he's gotten more cardio than half of the chat. Feels bad, man. He just keeps being there. Rook g1. I don't like Rook g1 as much. I like keeping the king stuck on the first rank because you have better chances to checkmate. I mean, like, right, Rook f8, you're not going to checkmate, but those kinds of ideas could come in. So she can take the pawn, she can open the position. You were on the elliptical today. I'm proud of you, Dak. I'm proud of you. Julia, you played well. She didn't blunder. She just made a few, you know, strategic mistakes, which is okay. And she's young. She's 16. She has all the time in the world to continue playing. Or at least she has another 2 years. Because then college comes and you can't really play chess. But she has until then. To be 16 again. Yeah, she's 16. She has her whole life ahead of her. You've climbed a whole flight of stairs to watch this. I'm proud of you. Alright, Andrea's thinking. Oh, there we go. She played Rook f8. Okay. She's trying to checkmate her opponent. I mean, it's not checkmate right away because of Rook e1. But her opponent cannot take the pawn, which makes sense. She's keeping the tension in. It's cool because Rook f8 actually defends d5. And I like that she's keeping her opponent under pressure when she only has less than 5 minutes. By the way, for the prediction, you have another 11 moves. The game needs to end in 11 moves for your prediction. I will post the link in chat after. Oh my god, I'm gonna skip ahead to a song I want to hear after this. It's still an Eminem one. This is just so good. Oh my god, somebody commented on this playlist, I have successfully convinced my mother that this is Christmas music. That's pretty funny. The comments have some good comments. I could just imagine a mom rocking out during Christmas. Okay. Hey, Robert. I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? I just wanted to hear Purple Pills. We'll go back to it. Hey, Robert, how are you doing? Good to see you. I will send the playlist after. I don't want you guys skipping ahead without me, you know what I mean? Is my band on there? My band is on there. They put my band and they have Ass Like That. We haven't gotten there yet, though. This one's called Purple Pills. I don't know. I think there could be more. I linked it in the chat, so you guys can check it out. Here we go. Alright, her opponent retreated. I mean, honestly, she's low on the clock, so trying to find moves like that makes sense. But now Andrea puts the pigs on the second. And then she's threatening checkmate in 3 moves. I mean, this is going to be hard to defend against. She'll only have knight a3 to hold this square. But it's still pretty rough. How many moves until time control? 10. Thank you, Dr. Hattie. So we'll see the prediction. Okay, I want to hear my band. I need to hear it. Oh my god, if they have the salsa part, I'm gonna lose my mind. That's... If they have the salsa part, chat. I linked it in chat. Oh my god, Papa Botez in the back with the red shirt! Look at Papa Botez lurking from the corner. That's my dad, not Red Man Alert. That's Andre. My dad is commentating. He seems to know Andrea's winning, so he's gonna feel good about it. Andrea's probably calculating, but she can't really go wrong here. Unless she takes on b4, maybe that could make it a little trickier. Did the science guy resign? The science guy? You mean James? He did. He did. There's Dr. Dre and Snoop medieval remixes. Alright. I'm intrigued. Okay, I just want to hear ass like that. Okay, wait. Oh, that was good. That was good. Sounds like a slot? I don't know. It sounds good. I think it sounds really good. I think it's pretty good. Okay, let's hear the Dr. Dre. I'm gonna pause. This is still medieval. I mean, this one's gonna just fit well. Pretty good. Andrea doesn't even know how hard we're jamming out right now. Oh my god, they have In the Club medieval version. Oh god, they just have so many good ones. I'm just overwhelmed by the amount of medieval songs. Medieval song remixes, sorry. The computer is saying Andrea's up like over a rook here. So she's basically winning. We're gonna see, because we have a prediction going in our chat, if she's gonna win before time control. Which means when they hit 40 moves, they're currently at move 30. They get an extra 40 minutes on the clock. Her opponent only has 3 minutes and 16 seconds right now. Andrea has 15 minutes. She's taking her time here. The computer likes rook f2 the most. I think it's also a pretty good, human move. Okay, are you guys ready for In the Club? In the tavern, yes. Yes. My YouTube recommendation is gonna be hilarious after today. Yes, it really will. This girl just really likes medieval vibes. This would have blown some king's mind. It really would have. It really would have. Okay, there's no diggity in the next episode as well. Which one are you guys more excited about? No diggity or next episode? Alright. Alright, no diggity is coming up. That flute! Yeah, no, it's pretty good. Do I think they have... I mean... Well, let's see what else they have. Oh my god. Wait for this. I know! It's so good! I wonder if it's gonna get more intense. Andrea's almost at 10 minutes on the clock. Yeah, I want to see the rook on f2. You're confused why she's going so long? I think she must be calculating if she actually has mate. Maybe she's I don't know. Maybe she's afraid of, like, checks. Oh, she took the pawn. That's good, too. Taking the pawn is good. We're happy with that. We're happy with that. We're happy with her taking the pawn. Julia's also under a lot of pressure right now. She has 3 minutes. Well, now she's only down a pawn, but you have these 2 passers, and she can't really make progress with these yet. She can't move her rook to put pressure because she has to defend. This rook is also stuck, so she can make a move like rook b3 or try just maneuvering her knight. She just doesn't have a lot of moves. Do you feel bad for Julia? I always feel bad for anyone who loses. Losing is really hard in chess. It really is. But that's the name of the game. Alright, chat. Are you ready for this one? You're not going to predict what song's coming next. Let me know if you know what it is. Try to guess. Try to guess. How did you guys guess? Wow, I'm really tone deaf. Because I would not have known. The fact that chat knows so well and I see the title of the song and I still don't understand makes me think that I'm very tone deaf. It is WAP, but I don't think this one is as good so far. Yeah, this one doesn't feel as good. Okay, let's try the next one. This one should be better. Oh, it is better. Okay, king is running away a little bit. Yeah, chat got this one. Chat got this one. Oh my god, bishop e3 is such a vibe. Holy smokes, because you can't take because of mate. Bishop e3, king d1, check, king over, rook, and then what? And then just move your bishop back and keep the tension. You think medieval folk would have lost their shit to this? What was the most popular song during the medieval times? I guess it would have been before, like, printing press and communications, so it's hard to have a most popular song. Green sleeves? Okay, I'm gonna listen to green. I'm gonna look up green sleeves. Actually, we're just gonna keep these. I like these. I want to see what other ones they still have. Well, Andrea thinks for her move. By the way, I think Andrea's gonna win before time control, but I'm not sure. Anything could happen. Oh my gosh. Okay, next one. Alright, chat, try to guess it. Ready? Yes. It sounds so peaceful without the lyrics. It's just so wholesome. Like, I didn't see grandmas, you know, hang into this. Yeah! She saw it! Bishop e3! Nice job, Gremlin. Nice job, Gremlin. Proud of you, buddy. Good moves. Good moves. Can't take. You come in with the mate. She plays king d1. You hit her with rook d2. And then king c1. And then I'm just sure you're winning. I thought I was going to put the bishop back, but the computer says you just bring your rook here, the other one up, and then you're going for the mate ideas. What do they write down? They write down their moves. So in a tournament, you have to be writing down your moves. It's forced to. And I mean, it just helps in case... Well, at first, it helps track the game, but then if there's any issues between the players, they can go back at the moves that are written down. Otherwise, there's no way to really look into it. Okay. I can imagine freshly graduated college student reforming her crazy party, teaching elementary school children playing this song as a sing-along. That's funny. Alright. Rook d2 is what we expect to see here. Andrea's reaching over. And then she comes back for the think. Okay, she's being careful. I like that Andrea's just taking her time and making sure that she hasn't missed anything. We respect that. Oh my god. Okay, next song. See if you can recognize this one. Oh no, did I accidentally close it? Where'd it go? Oh, sorry, here we go. Oh, yeah. Okay, who got it first? Monarch 850. All of you wrote it slower than Monarch 850, and Monarch 850 also wrote it with all caps. Nicely done, Monarch. That's how you guess the song. He knew right away. It's this one YouTube channel called Beetle the Bardcore. I'll link it in chat. I mean, Andrea would even beat Hikaru with this position. That's how winning she is. I really want to throw a medieval themed party now. Maybe that's the play, because my housemates, they've been saying they want to do a theme party. I think the theme is Renaissance Fair. I think we have to have a Renaissance Fair themed party. Oh my god, we have to have it. Rook d2 doesn't work? Rook d2 definitely works. I mean, there's many moves that work, though. Rook d2, king c1, rook a2, king d1, and then you bring up your other rook? Oh, maybe you don't, because you take. Oh, okay, then you have to move your bishop, actually. Okay, I guess you have to move your bishop back first. So I understand why Andrea's thinking here. I understand why she's thinking. But her rook is gonna come in here. It actually is more complicated, because then you can try to play this so that you have checks and things like that. But then you can get out of the checks. So maybe Andrea's not gonna beat her before time control. Okay, next one. If you had to play Andrea out of this position, do you think... I think if I was playing Andrea, she would beat me. Yes, you guys got it fast. Too fast. Anyone who knows who won, Ilya won. Let's check on Nemo real quick. Okay, Nemo's up a bishop. We feel good about Nemo. Andrea actually has a lot of moves she can calculate. I'm sure she's even can think about this and this. Although rook f2 doesn't work. Maybe just even moving her bishop back. g5 is probably better than h6. Andrea's under 5 minutes now, though. Does rook f2 work, John? Rook f2, and then if you take rook f1, you block. Oh, it does work. It does work. Okay, chat, that's cute. Although, you still have to calculate a little bit. But yeah, you're right. It does work. It does work. It does. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. I keep seeing songs and I want to hear them all in medieval. And now we're back. We're focused. I'm going to stop changing songs. We're focused. Mom said, my mom texted me. She said, love the music on stream. Medieval vibes, question mark. As if she just knew. Yeah, chat, you guys got it. My mom is no stranger to the medieval vibes. Mom says nice Christmas music, exactly. Monarch, thank you for the 2 months and for being the first one to catch the song. Alright, Andrea's actually on to 3 minutes on the clock now, so it's getting intense. They don't have a lot of time. We're gonna see some speed. It is stronger by Kanye. The best line, well, apparently bishop g5 and, oh, sorry, I don't know, I was touching that rook, and rook d2 are the best lines here. d4 is also winning. The thing is, Andrea's up so much, she's worth the equivalent of 2 rooks. Well, not really, I can't do math. 2 rooks is a little bit more. She's worth a rook and a knight. So, she's gonna be okay regardless. Oh, is it by Daft Punk? Well, you know the rules of power. Try to take credit for everything, and Kanye did it. Okay, A takes B4. Well, I mean, she's still winning here. And as we've shown, I know why she took on B4. That variation with the bishop taking where Andrea wins a rook, she didn't want to deal with this extra pawn. So I think Andrea wants to play rook f2. So this works. This makes a lot of sense. No, she's not trolling. She's winning here. We just looked at this line. Remember? The rook comes back, you take, king takes, and then rook takes. Andrea just wants to make sure that she's comfortable on the queen side. And I guess if the pawn takes, then she's going to come in with this rook, which is threatening checkmate, and then you can't take the bishop. She's simplifying. It makes sense. It makes sense. It doesn't really matter if you're connecting the pawns if you're up so much material. You can start breaking the rules at that point. Okay, chat, do you guys want to hear the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air medieval version or Rick and Morty theme song medieval version? Because I see them both and I don't know which one to go with. Okay, this is really torn. Alright, we're gonna do both. We're gonna start with the Fresh Prince. Okay. Fresh Prince. Oh! Okay, Andrea's about to checkmate. She got it. She got it. She got the mate, guys. And, you guys, she got it before time. Congratulations for those of you who said she was gonna do it. We got a dub by Andrea. Aww. You guys, say good job to Andrea and to Julia. They both tried their best. Wait, can we unmute them? Let me see if I can unmute them. No, we can't hear them. Yeah. I'm proud of the gremlin. She won her first game today. Alright, we're gonna also hear Rick and Morty. We're gonna hear both. This is the evil Morty theme. I'm proud of Andrea. She played a really clean game. She did a great job. Feels good to get the first win, relieves a lot of pressure. It really does. Andrea hasn't played a game. Oh, Matt Brielle, thank you so much for the cheer. Andrea hasn't played a tournament game in so long, and getting that first win is a big deal. I know I didn't do that in my tournament, so we're proud. We're proud of the little gremlin. Look at her cute little chess hoodie. Yeah, she started out strong, and it's important. Do they have another game tonight? No, they have it tomorrow. So tomorrow, the game is at noon Pacific, game 1. Levy will be commentating. Thank you so much, J Trev. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And then I will be commentating her game at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow. Are these 30-minute games? No, this game lasted 3 hours and 40 minutes. Yeah, I'll definitely be tuning in. I'll definitely be tuning in. Thank you, Double Dribble. Oh, look at her little... Oh, look at that. Oh, gremlin cam. Okay, she's got her gremlin energy. Thank you so much, Demon Stasis. She just keeps coming back. Oh, she's gone. We lost her. I'm gonna text her. Okay, I'm gonna take this off. She trying to do a little tour or got the little cargo boots? What's happening here? I can't tell if she's trying to give us a tour. Oh, look at the playing hall. It's so big. Oh, wait, let me see if I can unmute her. Hello? Hello? Hello, hello, hello! Stop a shake. Oh, shit. Oh, so I'm not allowed to talk in the playing hall. She probably got in trouble. Oh no, I forgot. She probably...
Dude, in the middle of the tournament hall, you went hello and everyone heard you. And I couldn't mute it. I'm good now, though. You almost got me in trouble. That's why I started sprinting. Can you see me?
I can see you. Sorry about that.
You go hello, and I'm walking in the middle of a dead silent tournament hall.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Hello, and then I'm sprinting, turning you down, and you're like, hello, 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 hello. And I literally, like, can't mute my phone.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. But congratulations. That was a nice game.
Thanks. There was, like, I can't see chat, but, wait, is chat here?
Chat is all proud
You
of
guys
you.
are all here?
Yeah, they're all here, Andrea.
Yay. Is my phone upside down?
They are. And
No.
Andrea, not only did we watch Incredible Chess, but we decided on the next theme for our party. And we were listening to some bangers, Andrea. I'm telling you.
What's the next theme for the party?
But I'll tell you, but you have to agree.
No.
Oh,
Tell me what it...
No, it's okay. We'll discuss later.
There was 2 points where I couldn't tell if I had a tactic. One was when I played Rook C5.
God, you're so
because
loud.
I was... What?
It's
Are you
fine.
listening?
Yeah, I can't turn you down for some reason, so I have to take my ear
one
slightly out.
was Rook C5 where I thought maybe Pawn F4 or no, Rook C4
No,
instead
Rook C4
of Pawn.
was the best move.
Okay, good, because I was calculating F4 for a really long time because I thought I had a trick, but there was like this really long line, and then the other line was at the end. If instead of taking the pawn, if I played Rook, I mean I was already winning then, but if I would have played Rook F1 to Rook F8 to F2
And
first
are you
instead
very
of
close to the mic right now?
yeah, I don't know why.
Thank you, Bendo Moose, for the 10 subs. You're just very loud.
Okay, you know what? I'll check myself.
No, I'm telling you. No, you did. The only moves you really made a mistake on was when you castled. You should have kept your king on E7 or D7.
I considered it, but I thought king E7, then he'd put rook on the E file, and then there'd be potential for pushing the C pawn, and it looked like my king would be a target.
Yeah, I think you were worried about ghost threats, but I get why you were afraid of that. And then the other move the computer didn't really like is when you pushed E5. It didn't like pushing the pawns up, but it ended up working for you, and Hammer said
E5
it was
was so
fine-ish.
good. I see. I'll ask Hammer.
Yeah.
How did it feel being on the other end of the show today?
I had a great time. Great time.
You liked it?
Yeah.
I did a meet and greet before.
How was
it?
And
I went and I thought, like, you know, meet and greets, they take photos and you sign things. But I go up there and there's like a whole crowd of people sitting in the room and they're like, all right, Andrea's going to answer your questions now. And it was like a little seminar and I like was not prepared at all. But I think people liked it. But at the beginning, like people were like, oh, like how much do you practice chess? And I don't realize I'm like sitting in a room with a bunch of parents and like professional chess kids. I'm like, I don't practice chess. Why would I practice chess? And then like the more I did it, the better I got at it. But
wait, so you did a press conference today?
Yeah. Well, they told me it was a meet and greet, so I thought I'm just taking photos. But no, they bombarded me with questions.
How long?
Which was nice. But
what was the worst question you got?
The questions. Huh?
Now ask me that question.
Oh yeah, that one wasn't even the worst. I mean, like the people were really nice. I'm not the best at being professional, as you may know.
Andrea is the next press secretary, ladies and gentlemen. She answers all the questions. So did people also take photos, or what happened?
Yeah, they did at the end, and then I signed stuff. But it was cool. Did chat like my game?
Yeah, chat really liked your games. Chat was saying you played solid.
Well, Was Hammer there or is he asleep?
Hammer was looking in. Hammer loved your opening. He was very happy with it.
I got really lucky because I was studying on Chessable every day, and I did some prep before the game, and luckily she played the one idea that I looked over, but I was worried.
If you don't have time to review your game, just in the future, when she castled, she had a scary idea with e5 and queen g3, putting pressure on g7. So that's just one thing to look out for if you don't have.
Wait, when I castled, the queens were off the board.
When your opponent castled, what she should have played instead of her castle was e5.
Oh, yeah, I knew.
E5,
okay.
knight d5, and then queen g3, putting pressure on your g7 pawn. In the computer, it was like plus 1.3 there, but it was really hard to see. But just so you know.
Okay, I'll look at that. I'm gonna analyze my game.
Thanks, Cheddar Bear. Hammer
Kevin
liked the
is
bishop
here.
a6 move.
You wanna say hello to stream? You remember this kid?
Oh my god, wait, can you take a better thumbnail together?
I already told him we will take a better
Hi,
thumbnail.
Kevin, good to see you. I see you've grown out the facial hair. It looks good.
Oh shoot, I need to shave.
No, it
You're
looks
gonna have to
clean.
call
It
him
looks
out
clean.
like that.
How'd
Yeah,
your
no.
game go, Kevin? Chad is saying hello,
Did
too.
you win?
Yeah.
You won? Nice.
Yeah.
How is Nemo doing?
She's gonna win. She's gonna win.
No.
He's gonna win?
Andrea, did you know you were sitting next to a crypto genius?
Dude, okay, I kept looking over it and I'm like, is that the James Ultra? I'm like, and then I kept looking at him. I couldn't tell because, like, I remember his name seemed very familiar. Doesn't he have, like, this talk show?
Yes.
I remember, like, you told me a funny episode about it, but, like, I'll say hello to him.
Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe.
that's a
I don't, but yeah, it was funny. He's like, I was like, what is he doing here? But I know he likes chess.
Yeah, no, he's the one who had like all of the funny ads with the crypto, but he also did stuff before. But anyway, so how do you feel after your win?
I feel good. I'm gonna analyze. Hammer's gonna help me prep for the morning. So that, because honestly, like the opening, me feeling, I mean, there was like one central idea, like for example, the fact that I missed the queen and the knight attack. It's a common theme to be aware of your king side, which if I would have reviewed better, I probably would have remembered. So I'm gonna do a little bit more analysis, but I'll be more prepared with Hammer. Otherwise, I'm feeling good. Feel pretty good. I ate my favorite food, Protein House, that I eat every single time I come to Vegas.
It doesn't taste good, chat, but it's healthy and she loves
And
it.
I have this from them. I have a nice yogurt parfait that I'm gonna live on.
Okay,
'Cause there's
and how's
nothing else.
the hotel? Is the hotel nice?
Yeah, it's cool. It's lonely.
Yeah, but you have friends. Do you miss me?
No,
Oh yeah,
but
you
it
don't
would have
miss
been nice
me?
to have you here. No,
No.
I have dad, but he's always arbitering.
Yeah,
And
Dad's
he just
always
makes-
busy.
And whenever we walk by each other, when I go to the bathroom, he just makes funny faces at me, and I make funny faces. I wanted every time I win, when I shake my hand, to look at the camera and go like this, but I didn't do it.
It's okay. We
'Cause I didn't
we
want-
caught it earlier on and it was funny.
Good.
It was funny. But
Well-
no, chat was proud of you. You played a good game. Just the castling at the end was, you know.
I'll analyze.
Yeah. All right, get some rest for tomorrow's game.
Okay, bye, chat. I can't
Bye,
see you
Andrea.
guys, but
Nice
oh,
job.
and the meet and greet people all loved our sweatshirt,
Oh, really? Oh,
and
yeah,
they
wait, can you
said
show-
we shouldn't change it.
Can you show
but I'll
chat,
send you their
can
feedback.
you show chat the sweatshirt too? And we have our little Botez logo. It's just cute. And it's very comfortable. It feels
mom
velvety
liked it.
inside. Andrea, can you
Oh.
do Popman for the chat? Only only if they put it.
I already
not
did
yet,
it.
Not. Oh, you did. Okay.
And Potman isn't effective because I can't see the chat, so they're only gonna annoy you, not me. But
That's true. That's true. Anyway, Andrea, so we're gonna plan the party for when you're back. It's gonna be very fun.
what is the theme? Tell me the theme.
It's gonna be Renaissance
Look,
Fair.
it's dude. I met my two kids' arch nemesis. You know, Thirsty Monster and Hot Dogs.
Yes.
I met them. I think one of them is back there. You want to say hello to
They're
chat?
just waiting for you.
Come say hello. You can't see them, but they can see you.
Hi.
chat.
Hi.
What's your
Hi,
name
Alex.
on Twitch?
Hi, guys.
Thirsty Monster. How old are you? 15. What's your rating? Online. Oh, I forgot to ask you how you do. I should have asked how you did first.
I'm playing the 3-day, so I didn't.
Oh, you didn't play today? Oh, I see. But chat knows Thirsty Monster. They watch the streams.
Yeah.
They do know
They
Thirsty
saw me.
Monster.
They saw me play against Andrea once.
Yeah.
That is
What's
true.
your name?
Super hot
Oh
dog.
my
You're
god,
Super
I
Hot Dogs?
recognize Super Hot Dogs. He
Do you
got a lot
remember him,
better.
Alex?
Yeah, I mean, he's been improving. Good for him, honestly.
Did you play today?
I did.
How'd you do?
I lost.
Oh, that's okay. At least you have Twitch.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Wow, Andrea. Good one.
Oh, you know, they'll be
you
saying
guys.
that to
Chad
me in
is
a
saying
day.
hello, by the way. Chad is being very
Cat
friendly.
said hello to you guys. You just can't see them.
They also said legend, so.
Legends? No, they're very
Oh, I
nice.
thought you-
Well, now after that roast there, you know, it's okay. Thank you, Rex Coco. All right, Andrea, go get some time off.
Okay,
I
alright.
wish you had vlogged the. Wait, did you vlog the press conference?
I did.
Oh, that's
Danny,
so
my
funny.
OG vlogger.
Yeah, Danny was
Got it all.
updating me during the game too, which was awesome.
Oh, yeah, I was
Thanks,
on
Danny.
Oh, that's nice.
Guys,
Yeah,
Danny
she's
has
very
been
helpful.
helping us. She's with Envy. Thank you, Envy, for letting us work with Danny.
They
We
sent her with
appreciate
us. It was very nice. She's
Yeah.
been helping me.
it. Yeah,
Couldn't have done it without her.
exactly.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, all right, go get some rest.
Okay. Goodbye, Chet. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
You're just so close to the camera.
Oh my god. Hi, Sangita. Okay. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
go.
God,
I have
Sangeeta's
friends.
there. Wait, can I see
You
her?
can
I've
say
been seeing her
hi.
forever.
Chat
Oh
sees
my
you
god,
too.
she's grown
This
so
is
much.
my
Hi,
friend
Sangeeta.
from when I was a kid. So do you.
So
You look
do
the
you.
same. You haven't aged.
Chad, I've
been a
I've
couple
known
years.
Sangeeta
You're taller
since
than
she was
me.
a
It's
kid.
cheers.
It's very
Oh my
cool.
God.
I love the pin.
Yeah, we used to go up playing chess together. I haven't seen her in
Wait,
like
where's
many
Sangeeta
years.
going to college now?
I just graduated actually.
From
Holy
where?
shit. Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
From college? No.
I never went.
Nice.
You're fine, you're thriving.
Northeastern? Oh, that's nice. Congrats.
You went to Northeastern? Yeah. Nice.
Thank you.
Okay, well,
Oh,
have a fun
alright.
time, you guys. Bye, Andrea.
Bye. I'm gonna go say hi to James and ask him to invest stocks for me.
Ask him. Yeah, do it. but vlog it. Bye. All right, guys. Oh, look. You're on screen now. When Andrea's gone, you get her spot. I hope you guys had a good time. If you missed the game, I could link it. Let me link it right now. I'll put it in the chat. You can find it there. Once again, Andrea's playing in the National Open. Next game tomorrow at noon. Second game at 6:30. Levy or Gotham Chess is going to be commentating tomorrow, which will be pretty cool. I'll be commentating the second game. She had a great win, and also chat was just super good vibes today. So I really appreciate everybody who stuck around and was good vibes. It made me feel more energized, so thank you so much. And also the man who made those medieval beats, the man deserves a medal. It was fantastic. Mapriel and everybody who gifted, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Andrea did win. Let me find somebody to raid, and thank you guys so much. We will be back tomorrow. Alright. I see that Mr. Naroditsky is live. Oh, is Nemo's game still going? She's just really winning. I mean, Nemo's up a piece, so it's a little too decisive. So let's raid Danya. If Nemo's position, because she's just gonna win so soon. All right, guys. Oh, I didn't spell his name right. GM Naroditsky. For some reason, I put I am Naroditsky, which is, I guess, insulting. He's doing a speed run. Okay, guys, we are raiding Danya. He's a top grandmaster on chess.com. He's really good at blitz and bullet. He's also 2600 FIDE. Nice human being. Good vibes. We won the game. I'm going to change the title in case people come late. Andrea won. Next game, noon Pacific. Yeah, she played really well. I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her. Good on Andrea. Good on Andrea for getting the dub. Okay, guys, have a good night. Get some rest. Go walk on a treadmill, you know? It's better than nothing. That's what we learned today. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, everyone. I will see you guys.